Thanks again, Kevin McLeod, and whoever brought Ian and Ben that article about Herb Bance.
Yeah. Urbance. You gotta. Now it's our article or whatever now because Ben doesn't really do a show anymore.
The morning show I listen to on my way to work every morning every Friday at a certain time, they play the same, like a 30-second long song. It's not long at all, but anyway, they play this song and they're like, yeah, it's a tradition. We got it from whoever had the show before us. We don't even know why. And I'm like, hey, that sounds like us and shit.
Yeah. Well, I know we poke at him for, like saying, oh, yeah, we got fired from the show. But really, the truth is that it's kind of like the boss quit. So we're all just laid off from the company,
Inmates are running the asylum.
And I mean, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll do this. I'll do a podcast and stuff. And it's like, he's not going to do that shit anymore.
No.
You got to entertain him now.
Right.
Like we were saying before the show.
Are you not entertained? Right. So how's Ian this week?
I'm okay, I guess. Hot his balls out, but
I'm not gonna bitch about it because I remember when it was cold as balls out.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't been that bad. I mean, really, it gets in the mid-90s in Ohio.
We've got a central air and a window unit here, so I'm not gonna bitch at all because I've lived in places that didn't have either.
Right.
I worked in a place that didn't have either.
Yeah. So. What have you been up to, man?
Well, mostly work. I hurt my back earlier this week somehow. I don't know what the fuck I did, because last time it was like my hip. I thought I had like sciatica or something because I had a pain shooting down my hip. Now it's just in my back, and like it hurt so bad in the middle of the night. I woke up and I went to roll over. My body said, "Don't you fucking do it." And I was like, "Oh, that's no good." Like a knife being stuck in your back right above your hip.
Yeah. My neck's been killing me, man, because like I think I like slept on it. You know how sometimes you sleep on your neck a weird way and it hurts for like a day or so. I must have had it really bad because like it's been hurting me like all week.
Well, I think that's what I did because I sleep on my side, see. So I'm assuming I was twisted sideways and I fucked something up my damn sleep. You're getting old when you try to sleep and you hurt your shit.
Yeah. Well, it's like shit just lasts longer when you get older, it's like doesn't go away.
Right.
You don't heal quick enough.
What was it Louis C.K. said? He's like, how long till this, goes away? Oh no, that's just something you do. You and your shitty ankle.
Yeah, you just limp now.
Yeah, the doctors don't even try to fix shit. They're like, fuck it, you're just
right. You said you were trying to tweak some of your settings for your keyboard.
Yeah, for those who can see, or might know, I have a Corsair R70. I can't remember if it's R7. No, I think it's the R90. I can't remember. Whatever the RGB keyboard. And since I've had it, I had on the default rainbow swirly setting, and I just never fucked with it because the old software to change the profile to something different. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and for one, you had to watch YouTube videos to figure it out. And two, you couldn't just change on the fly. It was a whole process. So I said, fuck it, I'm leaving it until... And they updated the software, and now it's a lot easier. You can literally just click which one you want, and you go, okay, that's it now. So I just found a few I liked and downloaded them.
Was there subreddit like in general for RGB profiles?
Yeah, well, that one's
just Corsair.
Yeah, well, I looked at, if you look at the sidebar or the rules, that one specifically is for Corsair, but I mean, so Reddit is so damn big. There's probably a subreddit just for RGB in general. Half the time, if you go to a subreddit you like, in the bottom they'll have, like, say you go to big anime titties, there'll be big anime butts, and then links to other stuff you would like. For example, I don't know this for a fact. May or may not be subscribed to our big anime titties.
Well, what's the file format of it? Because maybe you might be able to import different ones. Like, because I have one RGB keyboard I have is this Red Dragon, and then the other one is my Core Master keyboard. So I'm not sure what files either of those are yet. So
it's what the fuck is it? It's Q profile something. I can't remember. Hold on. Let me. I got the folder on my desktop here. Give me a second. I'll tell you exactly. Show desktop icons.
I wonder if it's some kind of like XML or database.
No, it's .q profile. CU profile. CUE profile, I mean.
Well, I mean, like a lot of profiles are like, they're pretty much like the language they're based off of is just
right.
Like
it's probably just a model. I haven't looked. It's probably just a modified text document like preference files are.
Yeah, because all it is probably just like R equals this value.
Right. You know? I haven't messed with it. I just was like, oh, it works.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay. So.
Yeah, Doug said he'll try to come on tonight.
Oh no! Oh, that's right. He couldn't even get in the thing earlier.
What?
Remember?
He said he's got to work. Yeah, I remember that he was saying, "Oh yeah, Google is being a fucking bitch" or something.
Well, then you said like it wouldn't like my. I don't know. Remember you said, "Oh, your stream got better." We didn't change anything. My wife was watching TV from. She fell asleep with the TV on last night or that night, so it's it's on, like it's streaming shit constantly. So I don't know why the signal would decide, hey, I'm gonna get better.
Yeah. Well, I asked him what time he's getting off work. I just texted that, so we'll see.
I don't know.
Google is working fine for us. I don't know. Maybe it's the problem is one of his computers he got for free or whatever, I don't know.
Oh, his
junk computers.
I was gonna say his garbage pile, but I don't know if that's. I mean, when someone throws them away and gives them to you, that's technically garbage, right? Like one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Right. Well, or the problem is he was using a Mac. Like he
should have used the Mac.
Should have used the Mac.
He fucking told me. Yeah. Oh no, my Windows computer can get on Hangouts just fine.
Yeah.
Such as it is.
Right.
When the shit decides to work. And until they keep coming up with all these other things on the side that like they can't just make it one thing that works really, really well.
Right.
Like I'm surprised they haven't tried to fork off and do like, I mean, I know they've already kind of changed like the different forms of YouTube. There's YouTube Red, and now it's becoming something else. Excuse me, but I'm surprised they didn't like fork off and try to do a totally different video site. I mean, YouTube Kids is not like what I mean. I mean, like
right.
Like how they have Hangouts and they still have do they still have Google Plus, or did it fucking die?
I don't even know, man.
I literally can't even.
Well, they're always changing stuff all the time. Like they're getting rid of the YouTube Red and like calling it YouTube Premium, and then
they're not getting rid of it. They're changing it.
Yeah, they're changing it. Well, all those clickbait titles and stuff.
Right. Oh no, it's going away. Actually, no, it's not. Just being renamed. What?
Yeah. But yeah, we gotta find out like a drop or something like a Mac. Should have used Mac from one of the commercials or something like that.
Right.
Um. Also, I was gonna ask, is there? I wonder if there's a good app that's for doing, like making it easier to click on drops, because all I just have is like a playlist in my music player.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's like oh no.
So anything else you've been up to?
I mean, I've
Any
been like,
Wolfenstein?
I'm sorry?
Any Wolfenstein?
No, I mean, I've been literally working just like not enough to be overtime, but goddamn, might as well be.
Yeah.
And like, the people who get the earlier shift, I get there when they do. I'm just not punched in because I don't want to be late.
Yeah, my dad finally got done. They had a huge project that they had to get done for work for like a month or so, and he was working like 80-hour weeks where he was working every day.
Well, my day starts at 5 in the morning and ends at like 6 in the evening.
Yeah.
So, but
Do you still lurk on that Steam? Because I know you always look on there and stuff.
what?
Well, it's like I said before. Do you like you're on Steam more than you are on its actual video games?
Well, they actually I have an article a little bit later that
Okay.
they don't, because the next Steam sale is this summer. Spoiler alert. They but they right now they're having an event. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway,
Um, do you want to know what I've been up to?
no, I don't care. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Fucking weeb next.
Sucks. Who cares? Next.
Well, I've been trying to finish up some of these things for the spacers for my monitor arms. I finally got done with the finish on these. It turned out pretty good. I decided to leave the backside because this is how the actual material came. It was just like a bumpy type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished like the sides and the top, and I decided I was gonna do, because I was gonna use like these like they're like let's see if I can reach it. Trying to reach it. Whoops. I was gonna use these things on the bottom of them.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I was coming up with is like when I put it on there, there's nothing that prevents it. Like when I'm gonna be turning like the monitor arms and stuff, like if I want to move it around and stuff, it might make this spin a little bit. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna get some just on the corners. I was gonna put some mounting tape, and then like in the middle to give it more, like surface areas, so it's not just putting pressure on the mounting tape. I was gonna put some felt pads or whatever. So
my Alex drawers came with little rubber nibs to like sit stuff on top of it, and everyone's like, "Do you bolt the countertop to the top of your drawers?" They're like, "No, you just sit it on top of these little nibs," and they keep it from sliding. But like I said, they after moving it around as much as I have, they've kind of just fell off because they're just sticky on the back.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not worried about them scratching up the wood.
Right.
Because it's just the underside of the fucking desk. Who cares? I have a hole in it, and I'm going to staple some shit to it. I don't care.
Right. Be like Barnacle.
Right. Hot glue.
Yeah.
I was going to look for my staple gun, and I haven't done that yet. So I get home and I go, I'm just going to bed. Fuck it.
Right.
I don't even care.
I don't even care.
Okay. Oh, you know, I have all these like big ideas while I'm at work, and then after working 8 hours, driving over an hour, and then getting home, I don't care anymore.
Right.
And then like I was gonna do cable management, I started to, and then my back said, "Aha," because I don't like crawling under desks and cramped, confined spaces anyway. And then you throw paint in there, and I go, you know what? I got all this foam. I don't know if you can see it in the back here. I got extra foam. So I'm going to just shove some of that back there and cover up the cables and go, hey, look.
Right.
Because it'll be coming up on the wall anyway. So I just won't tack it down because, why? You're just going to have to move it anyway.
Right. But, yeah, I just want to put as many, like, things on the bottom of this as I can, because the whole purpose of this was to add more surface area that's going to be on the desk, so it's not just like little points of it, because there's going to be a lot of force clamping down on this, but I don't want to put too much mounting tape on there, because then it's pretty much going to be like fused to the desk then,
Right.
So you have that, and then, by the way, I used this to finish it. This is the spray can, rattle can.
Oh, yeah. Those save your fingers from being covered in shit.
Yeah, and I guess it gives it a more even spray, too.
Bah.
They say.
Bah.
Yeah.
That's all a bunch of shit.
Right. But yeah, this is the bottom part. I'm finishing these. I bolted this. I cut this long material, like the strip, and then bolted it onto this. So I'm gonna paint this, and this is gonna be pretty much like this is gonna go underneath, like I said, the glass, and then this is gonna go on top, and it's gonna rest like that, and then this is pretty much what everything's gonna clamp to. And yeah, and then this is I did a strip, so it'll be resting up against the glass. So this is about the thickness of the glass, so it's gonna rest on there, so this can't move around at all underneath it, But that's what I've been working on. It's just a lot. I've been working on this for so long because I've been trying to go for as perfect of a finish on it as I could, and the other materials I was working with has just been a pain. So, and I'm really a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, just because I want my stuff to be high quality. And
I start out that way, and then pain and shit sets in. I go, fuck it.
Yeah.
You stop giving a shit when it becomes harder to do.
Right. Well, if I had something that was pretty cheap that I could have just bought, I would have gotten that. I mean, it took me a while just to be able to figure out, hey, I could buy this black material so I don't have to paint it black.
Right.
All I had to do was spray a clear coat on it, so it's like a mirror finish then, But yeah, not too much else going on. I'm getting closer to start cable managing my desk too, which
I got this stuff to do it. I just, like I said, I started doing it, and it just became more of a hassle to where I'm like, I'm going to do it when it's not hot and when I don't hurt. And I'm probably going to take my damn chair out of here because it's kind of in the way, and I can't just pull it out. I have to take the base out from the actual chair.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about using this stuff. You ever see this Tech Flex stuff? That's pretty much like those cable managers.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you put your finger in there, it's kind of like one of those finger trap things where you pull it tightens on your finger. Those Chinese finger traps or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this one, I think this is I guess they call it a 1/4 inch. and then it gets expanded to about the thickness of your thumb
Cack.
or something. They
Cack.
they have well, I hope your cock is a little bit thicker than that.
What are you hoping about my cock for? Fucking pervert.
Well, I hope for your sake.
Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I've seen people use this. Like, they have ones that are like 2 inches wide, around.
Think about it.
Yeah. But cable management is a bitch, though. But I mean, hey, all this stuff we try to do is like you want it to get to be perfect, because once you get it like that, you're not gonna fucking change it for a while. So you might as well.
No, and that's why that's why the stuff under my desk I'm not gonna pin down, because I know me, and I'm like, well, I'll have to unplug stuff, so I might as well just leave it loose so I can get to it.
Yeah. By the way, did you ever find a glue gun, or did you have to buy a new one?
I started looking, and then I said, fuck this, and went back in the house. Because if I have it, it's in my garage. And the garage does not have any windows or AC or anything. And so, no.
Well, I have like 3 bags of extra glue sticks, too, man.
I mean, I do, too. But if I don't, they're cheap enough. It's easier just to buy it.
Yeah, well, you could get them from the dollar store.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you don't. The thing is, I don't want to buy a cheap glue gun again, because I did that, and it worked fine for a couple months, and then one time the plug just broke off of the base while it was plugged in, and it
that's
caught my carpet on fire.
Oh shit!
Luckily, I mean, like, it didn't really expand. It's just literally it came off, touched the carpet, and went, and I went, oh shit! And I stomped out, unplugged it, and I still got my security deposit back on that place.
Really?
My ex, when she was doing laundry, left an entire bottle of bleach spilled on the floor, so it ate the carpet away. Like, it didn't just change the color; it literally, the fibers fell out.
Oh, okay. Dang, man.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I don't even fucking know, man.
Well, then I don't either.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, they had the fire alarm at apartments went off because somebody was doing a load of laundry and it caught on fire.
Oh,
like shit, that sucks, man.
Right, places I work at,
it's on fire
every week. Some dumbass puts popcorn in the microwave and it catches fire. Like every week.
Dang, man.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you, stop doing it?
He's like, fuck you. I'm gonna do it anyways.
Right.
But
fuck you, I do what I want.
I do what I want. Before we get into some Battlestations here, what do you got to drink tonight?
Theme song. Soda Talk with Frank and Ian. Well, I did go to Taco Bell tonight, and I already finished up my spiked lemonade. So right now I'm sipping on some Baja Blast.
Nice.
How about you?
Me too. Wishing I was Sangria Blast though, man.
Man, I don't know why they're like they gotta fuck with this. Oh, for a season, good for the season, limited time only. What, shut the fuck up and just sell it. It's Mountain Dew. Someone's gonna buy the shit.
Right. Hell yeah, they will, man. Yeah, I wonder if, that'd be crazy if they started doing like whole tons of like flavors of the blast, like they do like mango blast or something, and it's like,
well, they did
does mango. Like a subreddit of its own kind of like brand,
They had a what was it? Mango Heat game fuel for a minute, which was kind of meh. I still have some in the fridge because I'm like, I don't want to drink it.
It's like Mountain Dew might as well be its own company, and then you have like the game fuel could be its own sub company, you know?
Right.
It's crazy. But
It's crazy, right?
Also, I grabbed this. I thought it was the peach Fanta, but it ended up being just a regular orange. I was like, oh.
My wife and I went the other day to Dunkin' Donuts, and we got 2 drinks, and we're sitting there waiting for them to bring them to us at the drive-thru, and she's like, they're kind of high priced. And then she saw them like getting ready to bring them to the window, and she goes, never mind, those are fucking large. Because, you know, everywhere else they're like tiny. Nope. For $4 you get a big fucking drink. I got an iced coffee that I was like, maybe this might be too much.
Yeah. I was hoping to walk over and get another shake again this week, but it's like I don't know what time Frank's gonna be on, so I gotta get these news articles in.
Well, I was running late, and you know, I don't get in a hurry. Even when I'm in a hurry, they're like, "Oh, I've only got." Yeah, I know how much time I have. I don't rush anything, because if I do, ooh, I got it done, but then I'm dead. Nah, I still gotta limp my ass home.
Yeah, that's good not to rush it.
If I go too fast, I'll fuck stuff up and make mistakes.
That's not good.
No, I tell them, hey, you can either get it slow and correct or fast and fucked up. No, we want both. You're not getting it. You want both, get someone else.
It's like, what's that saying? If you want something cheap, fast, and good, you can only have 2 or something.
Right. Yeah, something like that. Or it's like, you know, you can have it fast and good and cheap, or, you know, good and...
Yeah, if you want it fast and cheap, it's not going to be good.
But, and if you want to tell me how to do it, it's going to cost more.
Yeah.
There's like there's entire Twitter accounts I follow that are just like artists that like share the bullshit that like customers have said to them. They're like,
really?
Why do you even charge that much? It's just like art. It's not like you're really working. And shit like that. Like, I can't read too many of them because I get pissed off.
Yeah. Well.
But anyway. So, now that we're caught up on what we're drinking on. Would you like to discuss some Battlestations, sir?
Man your battle stations. Man your battle stations.
Station. I should do another drop for that just so we have options.
Options are nice.
Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention I got to do. I told you my storage drive for my games and shit is starting to fill up.
Yeah.
Not just with games, but like all my backup files, large files, shit I don't want to keep on my, you know, boot drive I keep on there. Because at the time, man, it was 3 terabytes. Woo! And now it's getting to be full. So I got this external to stick on here somewhere. I just don't want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
God damn it. But anyway.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention, I saw the Linus's video today. It was like I think he did it last month, but I'm thinking about getting it for my computer because since I have to change up the thermal paste and stuff anyways. Did you see the video he did, the review on that IC graphite?
No.
Well, type that in on Amazon.
Nah, dog. I don't care.
Well, it's he did a review. It's an actual thermal pad instead of using.
Is that
the?
Is that like the thing that Jay did?
No, well, it's totally different. He used a RAM. He used like one of those RAM or VRM thermal pads, which didn't didn't do good at all.
Oh, that's what Jay did. I saw the thumbnail. Don't do this, is what he said.
Right. Now let me. I'm typing it in now. He did a review. He said it's about the same, and it's got pretty good on reviews on Amazon. And because this is specifically made for CPUs, okay. Whereas those other things were just I dropped it in the chat there, but it's the other ones, like it said, he tested the ones from the GPUs for the those pads whenever you want to do like the custom water cooling. But this is totally different. This is made for CPUs.
And
it's like, I think that should be I think it should be the future, because it's like, if people started doing that, like it could help people not be so scared of like trying to do custom builds and like changing out their CPU and stuff, because it's like all dry. There's no mess, and it's reusable.
No muss, no fuss. Well, the thing is, like, I mean, the aftermarket is already saturated with, like, you buy was it 212 Evo or a Corsair H100i or whatever, and it'll have the thermal compound already stuck on it. You literally just take the seal off, stick it on it, and go.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are just I was afraid of the concept of thermal compound, but once you see it, it's literally, you're just like squirting a little dot. Like, I don't know if you can see my screen share. I've got a little tube. It's not like this. It's like one of these. I don't even remember what kind of tube it is, but it's the stuff that came with my Knoxville cooler, and I've had to use it twice because remember I swapped out my motherboard.
Yeah,
and it's a full size tube. I'm not gonna need it for a while. So that's cool though. Well, I mean, anything to get people building computers and shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you could reuse and everything, that's pretty cool. You don't have to worry about your processor pretty much being like stuck to the block because you haven't changed it out in like 5 years.
Right. So your theme this week is music stations again, right?
Yeah, I went back to the music stations. I was checking out the workstation subreddit, but they didn't really have anything good. Like,
they haven't really been updated that much. Have you checked out Home Lab? I mean, I know they're not like really together. It's mostly just a hodgepodge of shit.
Oh no, I haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, they're like, because that's those guys who have their own servers and then, all kinds of crazy shit. God damn it. Hold on.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Beep. You get that graphic put up on the screen. Yeah. Or get that, what's that, like that game show music. Or sounds like, or like elevator music.
And I'm back.
Everything okay, man?
Yeah, I told you my stupid coaster was sticking to the bottom of my cup, and I spilled drink on my mouse pad.
Uh-oh. Hold on.
Don't worry, my mouse pad is not an electrical component. Remember, I got one of those extended mouse pads, so I wasn't even close to my mouse.
I should make that in the drop, isolate that for the...
No, it's should have got a Mac. But anyway, so
yeah, if he was on there though, you would have hopped on it so bad.
Yeah. See, for the pot. Really, you got 100 megabits down, dude? So yeah, I saw this guy before. I like his Yamaha studio monitors. I like the little hollow body guitar. I don't like that his trash can's full. Empty that shit out, dog. No one wants to see it. Also, them wires, yo.
Them wires, awesome. Yeah, the cable management
or lack thereof. It's just it's mom's spaghetti, dude. He's got all kinds of surge protectors and power bricks sitting in the bottom. And then I understand if you're connecting shit to your stuff on the racks and stuff. Like, he's got this pile of cables back here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Hanging off the wall. I mean, what's up with that, dog? I mean, and he's got Sennheisers. I like Sennheisers. He's got that horrible fucking Mac keyboard, the chiclet bullshit. Might as well just type on your fucking phone. He's got, like, I think a Razer mouse pad. I don't know.
Razer mouse pad with the Mac keyboard is fine.
I mean, he's got several other kinds of keyboards. I mean, I don't. The thing is, what's all this shit plugged into? What computer is it? I can't even see a laptop.
Well, I don't know if the it might not have the same roles on that subreddit. So
no, I'm not saying like, dude, where's the tower? No, I'm saying if it is a laptop, where the fuck is it? I just see monitors.
Well, it's got if he's using a Mac keyboard, it's got to be some kind of Mac. Maybe it's like one of the Mac Minis or whatever somewhere.
Oh, in there, even that still, dude, it would still like those pedals there. It would be like that size. You would see it. I don't know why. Like,
got it like mounted under the desk or something.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't hide his cables. Why would he hide his laptop? And second, I doubt that because he's probably pulling the laptop out and docking it, if anything, because that's the whole point of having a laptop set up, is you can dock it and then fucking go if you don't, So,
well, what's the comments there?
Oh, hold on. I'm zoomed enhanced. I'm not in the comments. Let me be in the comments here. Holy shit, that's a lot of wank tissues in that bin. Oh, he gave a link to his SoundCloud. Hold on. I gotta check it out. See here. Eh. Eh. It's kind of just eh. I mean, I'm assuming maybe that's the actual laptop down there at the bottom, like by that big keyboard to the right. I guess. Let me see. Does it say anywhere else in here? SoundCloud. Wallpaper. I think you need a paper shredder. Oh, search for the computer forever. Found her. Huh. Okay, rack sampler at the bottom left. Anyway.
That chop, Frank. Pretend Solange here. You gotta entertain him.
Oh boy. What is this, a basement? or a garage? I can't tell.
I don't know. I mean, I threw this on there because all the three of these are like totally different, so it's like in a different style,
Look, he's got the tape thing running or he puts a motion blur on it because
potato camera. They look like good speakers though.
Those are Rokit, or I think they KRK Rokit. They want you to. I think they want you to call them Rocket, but I'm not going to do that.
Oh, is that good then?
They're professional studio monitors.
Oh, okay.
Like, hold on.
It seems like there's so many more brands nowadays for speakers and stuff, you know?
See?
Yeah.
I'm not going to pronounce that Rokit. I'm not going to pronounce that Rocket. Fuck them. No.
Cock rocket.
But, yeah, I mean, they're... He shouldn't hang his headphones like that. I mean, I'd find a nicer thing to hang up. Is that like a shelf for like an organ or something? I mean, I don't know. That's like, I mean, all this analog equipment. Boy, look at all those wires, dog. I mean, he's got all
like,
this.
In that type of place, what are you really going to do with them? I mean,
no noodling.
And what, I mean, he's got like, what's with the tape there? Is that like a tape reel or something?
Yeah, real Tascam.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all these keyboards and all this gear, and you could pretty much do the same thing. All this now with like a Mac. I mean, yeah, just like when Linus went to Deadmau5's house, there's certain sounds you can't get from a... Shut up. 99.9% of the people who listen to shit you're going to make with this don't fucking know the difference. Soundcraft channel. Oh, it is a channel. 32 channel mixing board. To edit on a MacBook Pro with Logic. And then back out to the board for mixing.
Yeah, I look forward to testing out that newer microphone on my mixer.
Hold on, this guy posted a YouTube video. I gotta check this out now. Here, hold on.
Ugh.
Wow. So this guy knows one riff, and he mumbles over top of it like he's Ozzy Osbourne. And it's just not that good, no. I fast forwarded, I was halfway through, and I didn't even hear a chord change. It was the same, it was the same riff over and over and over and over and over.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's in the comment, like right, you'll see the one with all these heart eye emojis, and then like a couple down from that is his link to something that he did. It sounds like ass. Anyway. Sucks. Next.
Fucking next.
Oh boy.
And like I said, all of them are different.
Wow. Okay. Really? I can only find two things that I don't like about this setup. Off the bat.
There's only one picture?
Nah.
Too many guitars?
Are you speaking English? I don't understand. What did you say?
Not enough guitars.
Okay, yes. Now I understand you. Yes. Okay. First of all, I understand he wants to light up his pedal board down there. But
you talking about that dangling LED strip? I did notice that.
That and well, he's got one running along the baseboard along the only the one side. It's a little you don't no it's underglow, dog. If you want it against the leg bouncing off the wall there, run it along the backside, not right along the middle where your fucking eyes are going to be. That's stupid. Because you don't need that. Why do you need light right there? You have it on the underside there. If it was on the underside, what little bit I can see there, that's fine. But because that dangling right there, look at that. That looks tacky. I'm not even gonna get on him for the mom spaghetti because all those pedal boards had to be plugged in somewhere. I'm not gonna expect you to mount them to a piece of wood and then cable manage that and then no, that's just too much work.
Well, at least get something like rigid to put it along. Like kind of like how I've been doing with those metal strips.
What?
Like put it out, get one of those metal strips from Home Depot or something and just mount it to one of those so it's like not like just dangling, I guess,
Oh, well, no, that it isn't just dangling. It runs down the side of the leg. He should have it go around to the back of the leg and then you wouldn't even see it.
Right. That's true.
I mean, the aliens and the astronaut, those are cool. The little lamps on top of I guess they're speakers in the back. Those are cool. I like the guitars. I don't know why he's got two of the same, acoustic flanked by two of the same PRSs.
The lighting on them looks good.
Well, I mean, I guess the one on the far left is an orange, and the one on the right is like a red, and then he's got kind of the same finish going with that upper Les Paul and that Strat on the right, but I don't know. I to have that many guitars, I would have a few different ones. Personally, but that's just me. I can't knock anybody's collection.
Have you ever and I know we're going back to this, but have you ever pinstriped on a guitar body?
No.
Never tried to do any kind of finishing or anything with guitars.
Just putting stickers on them. That's it. I've been more interested in the sound than actually painting them. So, but
like Frank's like, I don't care how it looks.
Well, I mean, I do. It looks cool, but for my purposes, I don't have any fucking money. I'm not doing any shows, so no one's gonna fucking see it. So I don't care.
Oh, you don't put them up on display or whatever like this, dude?
No, I don't have room, dude. Where am I gonna put them? I play guitar in here. There's a bed and 2 desks in here.
Yeah. Plus, you said you got some posters up and stuff.
Already, yeah, but well, I'm getting ready to hang them up, and I don't want to mount anything on the walls, and this would be the only real way to. I got mine in a closet now, so they're out of sight, out of mind, unless I want to use them. But anyway, also this little light here kind of seems out of place for me. I mean, you figure he'd be able to do something else with it. It kind of just sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I can't knock him too much. I would I dig it. It's all up to personal preference. I just would have done a few things different is all. There's the guitars. Telecaster, Strat, PRS, Gibson Les Paul, PRS, Gibson Les Paul, Olsen, Gibson, Olsen.
Olsen twins, what?
Yeah, PRS. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's got 4 PRSs. Is that all? And he's got how many? Well, maybe the Olsens look like PRSs.
Not enough guitars?
1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 Fenders, so. Huh. You have too much money. You should really try some drugs or something. My old roommate once painted our apartment the same color. We called it brothel red. Let's see. Scroll back up to the top. But yeah, I could tear into this thing for hours, but let's let's get into the meat here. So we got this guy, this messy boy, and then this one. I'm gonna say my personal favorite is this one because he's got so many guitars and room to actually sit down and play them. And I mostly play my guitars on my computer, so I don't actually have to have boards and switches and everything. He has those, so that's a nice option. I'm just lazy because I like being able to click and not actually have to unplug and plug shit in.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to fix something on one of the clips.
Click, 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 click.
So you like that one? So that's your number one. What's your number two?
Sorry, I was taking a drink when you were saying that. Probably this guy. Because it's a little organized and not as... This is just... Dude, what are you fucking doing? Like this switchboard. What the fuck does he need this for? Like, seriously. Like, there are professional musicians that don't own this kind of equipment. Like, maybe Slash and maybe Ozzy, but you're not Slash and you're not Ozzy. I mean, this is just...
And they could use any username they want.
I mean, you can use whatever you can use whatever you want, but I heard what he's doing with it.
So what was the first one? I forget what that one looked like.
This is the first one. I say this is 2, and I say this is 3.
Oh, okay. No, I meant the first one that we did. Yeah. I would go with that. Yeah.
So you concur?
I mean, I kind of like the third one just because there's so much stuff, but I guess this one seems like it's a lot neater, you know. Even though there is some spaghetti there.
I mean, this one, like I said, just has more options, and he actually I mean, yes, there's
the lighting has a good mood to it.
Yes, it has a mood, and I mean that. What you know, as a guitar player, I understand. Here on this far right, this big board down here at in the front of the bottom, that is one piece. Okay, yeah, sure, but all that shit behind it, those are different. Well, that thing in the back, in the very back, is another pedal, like one piece again. But all these little ones here, they're each an individual box, which is going to have the box itself, a fucking power supply with a power brick on it, and you have to plug the guitar into it. So it's a lot, and he does it. I know how messy it can be. And what? And he made it actually really, really neat. Basically, what that guy had is something like this here. See all those cables that go from one box to the other box to the other box? Yeah. That's basically what he's got there. I mean, that's a lot of fucking work, and to keep it organized and not all over the place, I give him props. I tried it, you know, I got one of those pedals. The thing is, the big units like that have all these built-in programs and shit, they change them out. And, you know, there's new updates. The one I have, it still works, but it's so old, you know, there's newer stuff that's easier and works better. So I give it to him. That's a lot of effort. I mean, he's got all this other shit on the desk. He barely has room to move his mouse. I mean, look at you see the mouse, right?
Yeah.
It's on a little perch next to the table. It can't even fit on the fucking table.
Right. Yeah. So, I wish he would have done another view of his right desk there. Like, I guess he's doing everything on a Mac.
Yeah, the iMac, it looks like. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give him a vote. Let me see. Am I subscribed to
That's why I didn't have any problems.
I don't know if I'm subscribed to this. Am I? Oh, I am subscribed. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Triangle Bound.
Triangle Bound.
He has 169 upvotes. This one has 164. And this one has 157. So they're the internet voted same as us.
Huh. Mr. Triangle Vag Bound.
Ladies, he's single.
No, that's what he was thinking.
No.
That's what I said. What I said.
I said what I said.
I said what I said. Anyways, what was your theme?
So my theme, like I actually got the idea because I opened up Battlestations, and the 2 stations in a row had the same monitor. That I was like, you know what? If this comes up again, this is going to be my theme. So it's this big ass. I don't know if it's even like 40-something inch. Which one is it? Anyway, it's a big ass monitor. And so the first guy here, zoom enhance here. You can barely make out his rig here. I don't know what he's got here because his GPU is down there at the bottom. What's that right above it there? Because his CPU's got that little nipple block coming out of it for water cooling.
Well,
and I haven't read the comments to see yet. I just saw this. I didn't know if it was like a smaller drive. I know that mouse is a cheap bullshit made in China drive. Made in China mouse.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Zoom enhance, right?
Let's see here. It's just a blurry picture. You can't fucking see it anyway. Oh, here we go. Specs. Yeah, it's the 49-inch Samsung ultra wide. Ryzen 7. Deep cool. CPU cooler. Which for all those that care. This is what I meant by when I said nipple thing.
What Ryzen does he have?
7.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, is it like the 17 or 1800X?
18.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, see, 1800X. MSI.
Yeah, I was watching Jay was saying that because somebody asked if the 2700X was worth it, and he said that'd be more of a side grade. So you were to go from the 1800X. Because I was thinking about maybe should I get a second gen of that?
Oh shit, he's got a sound card.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed I saw one of those videos that Ulrich guy did before he was like I think it was before or during, like his whole thing with the like all of his health problems or whatever, but he did like a music production computer build. But it was funny, he didn't have like any sound cards in it.
Well, I mean,
or any kind of audio type of things in there.
Well,
because you could get other like specialty PCI stuff for audio.
Well, for audio, really, they say the reason people will go with an external DAC amp is because to avoid electrical noise, you want to get as far away from the actual computer as possible.
Oh, really?
If it's internal, because think about it, that's why you wear a wristband when you're building the computer, because you don't want it to short out from the static and all that, and like the ground isolators and everything for electrical problems. That's why people report, humming, or you can hear what they call computer noise or hard drive noise. You don't want any kind of interference, basically. So that's why they call it an external sound card, which is, it does this, an amp does the same thing. Mine's a Spitif, so it's, just digital, but yeah, I figure if you're gonna dump money into it, why buy a, because you get a little shitty. This is technically a sound card,
right?
But
I wonder though if it does, like, you don't need a sound card, but like because after you go from that external stuff and you go to like the green jack behind your computer or whatever, I wonder if it is more beneficial to get a sound card, whether
it depends.
Better than
it depends on what you're running anyway, because you need power for certain headphones have higher impedance, so they're harder to drive. So, like, certain headphones, you won't even be able to power them. You can listen to them, but it won't be as full and as powerful as if you. Mine, when I talk to you normally, I have it at 15, and that's as high as I have to go. With the fan on, I'm at 25, and I can go up to 100. So, I know for a fact if I just plug these into my onboard, it would distort, and it's all about what you're trying to do, and
right.
you get what you get what you pay for, basically. But anyway, this guy here, so that's his sound card there, sticking out above his GPU, which is okay. I'm surprised no one's mentioned that. I mean, usually you want the GPU in the topmost slot, but I guess it doesn't matter. The monitor alone is $1,500. Someone says, got it refurbished. So we got it for about half that, he says.
Refurb.
I like that one, but when the 3x4K setup I have, if I saw Eura for half price, I'd snap it right up. So whoever the hell is typing can't, they typed that like a porn comment. Like on a porn video.
Right.
Anyway, back up to the top. So yeah, this is the first setup. Second setup. Zoom enhance. Oh good, he has a couple different pictures. Here's his lamp, and then bam! Wearing them Yamaha speakers that first dude of yours had.
Yeah.
There they be, dog.
Nice.
It's got a Corsair light up mouse pad. I'm not sure if it's RGB or not.
Now, do you like the look with the monitors with the stands, or would you always just go with the risers off the desk?
I don't care.
Whatever
you have space for.
Well, what are you gonna do? I forget, because you have to get some monitors, right?
Well, the thing is, I don't have room to put them on stands because my desk is against the wall. So if I do get speakers, they're going on the desk. I mean, I'm watching on a TV, so it has sound.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm listening to music, I have headphones, so it'll be a splurge moment whenever I do decide for it.
Right, it's not on the list of your priorities right now, huh?
No, I really would rather get a new graphics card, and then I'm actually considering, well, to get the graphics card I want, I'm thinking about actually just saving up and building a new rig first, because I don't want to upgrade the power supply on this if this thing is just going to be kicked back to be a NAS. So,
yeah, I can't believe I was hearing Jay on one of the tech talks, and he was talking about like NVIDIA, and AMD, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, the Vega was a flop." I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's why it was so, so many people are buying it. Granted, they're mostly miners, but still. What I don't understand here is this board he's got under his monitor. I can't tell what the fuck it is. I'll have to read the comments, but he's got a phone charger brick plugged into it. So I didn't look very in deep here. He's got a pen for drawing, like one with the little thing for nibs. So this is the first I'm actually looking real close at the setup. So, but anyway, so
did they make different audio equipment where they have like some kind of like power out so you can daisy chain different equipment or whatever?
I don't know, dog. But yeah, see, here's the pen, the stylus pen, and then the little nib, whatever the hell they call it. It's a Corsair. Looks like a strafe because of the power buttons here. And then, whoop, didn't mean to click that one. It's got another one. It's got like a little LED potion bottle here and a little mixer control thing here and all kinds of crazy shit. And then dead mouse trap. Ha ha ha.
What's this one? Doug messaged me and he said, "Oh yeah, Hangouts is still fucking crashing."
For him, tell him hop on one of your other machines, dog.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Now see, at first you would think, oh, he's got a laptop, so he shouldn't be in the thing. No, man. Bam. Bam. Got a NZXT cooler. Some LED fans. GeForce GTX. 750 power supply there. Oh, then his girlfriend's battle station. She's got RGB fans, radiator. Thermal take cooler there. She's got some of those acoustic foam. Corsair RGB mouse pad and keyboard.
Yeah, is this supposed to be like a Twitch or a streaming type setup or something?
I mean, he's got music equipment too.
Yeah, that's right. I forget.
Oh yeah, he said, spoiler alert, it's better than mine. So his girlfriend's shit is better than his.
Well,
I mean, she's got looks like a Strix graphics card flip vertical, which is always interesting. They got some kind of gecko.
Yeah, it'd be funny if she like goes on it like once or twice a month.
Right.
Check some emails.
I mean, really his is like just kind of eh. Other than, the monitor is like, wow, look at that motherfucker. And then there's dirty draws in the background. So there's the second one. i7. Girlfriend's computer, i7. Coffee Lake. Asus Strix 1070.
Some asses.
And then my third setup. Tiny computer with really big screens. Womp. So the big ass Samsung again looks like.
So that's a super ultra wide.
Let me go to the comments. Monitor Samsung, and the one above it is a 29-inch.
Now, if you got one of those, would that just pretty much like line up edge to edge with your giant TV?
Well,
underneath it.
Well, hold on there, Scout. See, I have a 49-inch, 60x9. Then he has a 35 by 1, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? Anyway.
35 by 9, you mean?
No, it says by 1. Didn't they have a 21 by 9? Hold on.
Usually the second.
Hold on. I know they're not the 25 by 9. It's usually its own aspect ratio. Let me see here. Where the hell is it? Monitors, Samsung, Google search.
It was 35 by 1. That means you'd have it'd be like 35 monitors across them.
They're 32 by 9.
Yeah.
So 21 by 9. I thought they had other. What did we say it was? 32
by 9.
9. And was it the 50-inch or the... Go back to Google real quick. Yeah, it's a 49-inch. Okay, so it's the same. And it would be different because mine's taller. Let me see. Yeah, see. So it's... The screen, it would be 5 inches wider, but mine is 24 inches tall versus 13. So mine's shorter but taller. I'm purple, he's green.
Oh, that's interesting. That's a cool calculator. What site is that?
This is Display Wars. This is when I was figuring out my monitors. This is what I went. Now, this doesn't take into account dat bezel dough. You still gotta, but for actual just sheer screen to screen size, it really gives you an idea of what to get. I wanted to try to match everything up as best I can.
I still think it would probably look pretty cool underneath it or above it or whatever you plan on doing.
The thing is, it's like, I was looking at this and I thought, well, I could get a 49-inch, but what did he say? What's it say those are? Like $1,500?
Right.
Let me see. What's it say on Amazon? Yeah. Oh, they're down to $970 now. There you go, Ian.
Nice.
But yeah, I could, for $970, I could have half the height and 5 extra inches width, or I could just have this big motherfucker. Because the one dude I watch on Twitch and everything, he kind of summed it up. He's like, yeah, ultra wide is cool if you watch movies, but not every movie, is actually in the right aspect ratio.
Right.
And like, even if it is, what the fuck? I mean, not everything is just movies. Everything else is not. So
I watched some 3x4 on that ultra wide.
Right. So, I mean, this has wow factor. It looks cool, but I'd rather have what I got, because like when I've seen, there was a video of guys had 3 of these and they did like Linus where he wrapped them around, but they also stacked them. And when you get 3 of them, technically 3 is taller than my TV, but at 3 times $1,500. Or even 3 times 900 and something. This TV in with sales tax and shipping cost me $275.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's the fucking same size, and this is not 4K.
Right.
So
yeah, but it's not 144 hertz though.
No, these aren't even. I don't even know what these are actually. What are they?
Oh, I don't know about the ultra wide. I'm just being like Doug.
Oh man, I closed the wrong thing. Damn it! Hold on, dog. I fucked up. I done fucked up.
Oh yeah, Doug said I have 0 computers up at the moment. Been working, so I haven't had time to set anything up.
Whoop. Whoop. All right. Amazon. Let me see. Ultra wide, 32:9, HDR, which this has HDR. Fast, 144 hertz. Okay, but it's not, and it's curved. That's cool, but it's not. And it has lights built into the back. Ooh. If you use their stand, see that little light back there. Ooh.
Well, even if I had all the money in the world, I still wouldn't be getting. I probably wouldn't do curved.
You what?
I probably wouldn't do curved, just because it's like you got all your other monitors are like straight. You might as well just keep with that,
Right. I'm slowly making everything LG. That's why I got an LG TV.
Yeah.
I have one monitor that's not now. But anyway, so out of these faux setups, no, 3.
You did 4.
Nah, 3.
3. Okay, show them back so I could see.
All right, this is the first one.
Okay.
This is that second. Guy with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that's the third. So this one of all of them is the most minimal. Even though this guy is going for minimalist, it's still kind of like an extended cab compared to this.
Right. Well, my order would probably be 2, 1, 3. What did you go with?
So you would go with this one, and this one?
No, that one is the second one.
This one's the second one.
No, that one's my favorite. The blue light one is my second favorite, and then the minimalist guy that you said is probably the least.
I like this. I like this one first, this one second, and then this one third.
Oh, okay.
So, Reddit says the blue guy has 1,250. This guy has 370. Whoop. It keeps changing. 369. No. 370. He's got 370 something. And then this dude's got 550-ish. So the winner is this guy. Because the internet's stupid.
Stupid. Fucking weaves.
Right. Now, if you get bored for extra credit, I included 3 more in the email because I wasn't sure if you were going to do like last week and pick the same ones I had.
Well, hey, that happens when you go on the same subreddits.
Right.
And you copped out because you're just like, oh, I'm just going to do the top 3. That's what you get.
Right. Or these are the ones I have, and that's what you're getting.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it time for the news, Ian?
Frank's got the nose for it, right? Got the nose for news?
Sure.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Let's play it.
News. Action and events
your hosts, the news with Ian and me.
Yes. Tonight on the news, we have hot as balls weather out. That's for our weather. Now on to you, Frank.
He's hot as balls, man. I'm the guy on the street here. My local news I watch in the morning, they always have this one poor dude. Like, when they have a story about the school, they go, we go to Tino with the story about the school, and he's out at the fucking school, like, the council building where they fucking would have a meeting, but it's 5 a.m, so the place is locked up, and he's just outside of it for some fucking reason. And I'm like, dude, he could be in the studio with you. Why do you have to get in the car and go to this fucking building that, like, in 3 hours, they might be in here? They're going to have a meeting in, like, 4 hours at 9 o'clock. Maybe, if it doesn't get canceled.
Yeah, it's like he gets in a car wreck or something on the way there. He could have been in the studio, but decided to go out.
Oh, no, he doesn't decide. They give him this shit. He's always like, granted, it's like, to show how bad the weather is, he's like, here's the street. You can see the snow coming down, which that makes sense. But whenever they're like, the school levy passed, so at the fucking school council building is Tino. Hey, Tino. Yeah, so I'm here at the council building where nobody else is at. I had to have a security guard let me in, and I'm not even allowed in. I'm in front of the building now. And poor guy. And then he's like, here's a pre-recorded thing showing what they're going to talk about. And he has to stand there while they play a pre-recorded bit. So he doesn't, because he's got no one interview. Camera guy's like, why the fuck are we here? So this guy, what's this article here, Ian?
Okay, this article here is an article about skin-inspired coding.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what you were talking about, so I have to actually go and look at it.
So it's just rambling about the news.
Yeah. Skin-inspired coding that's as hard as teeth and can heal itself.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is new technology that scientists are working on for phones to make them self-healing. I had a few articles on it, so like different flavors of it. And then the last one is a video.
Hold on. Copy link. Oh, hey, self-healing phone screen could be no more shattered iPhones. Ooh. And then, I don't know about you, Ian, but I look forward to serving our new iPhone overlords.
Sure.
Shit. Fucking ads, really? I gotta stay on this other tab while the thing loads. Jesus, it's still going. Okay. Oh, it only goes up to 1080. Huh. So anyway, this is the video that you linked here.
Yeah.
I like pausing at awkward moments.
Yeah.
So this is educational about it if you really want to know the science, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool, dog.
So basically they're trying to, like, the technology is like some kind of things, like if there's like cracks or whatever, it'll release some stuff so it like fills it up and kind of heals like skin, you know?
Oh, and look, they gave it hands. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just scary. Anyway.
Yeah, Doug said he I asked him, it crashes on your phone, and he said, yeah, even deleted it and reinstalled it. And I said, huh, maybe you should have gotten a Windows phone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next story.
Next.
YouTube's experiment with personalized feeds is angering creators and viewers.
Yep. This is just like another thing that YouTube is doing wrong.
I mean, they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do what we want. And
yeah, this is something that's been angering like the creators and stuff because they're trying to fuck with the I don't know if you know on the YouTube app, the subscriptions page, they instead of it being you know, like based on like the most recent uploads sequentially, it's they're gonna be doing it kind of like, you know, like that's gonna be like a suggested type of thing.
Oh, so if you skip recommendations and just go to your subscription, they go, nah, dog, we put recommendations in your subscriptions now.
Yeah, pretty much. And I guess apparently for like a lot of you know, like the smaller channels, that it's just another thing that's making it harder for them to.
I mean, I get people say, well, you don't have to do YouTube for a living. Well, no, but like, I mean, they pretty much have it. It's a monopoly to where the stuff, if it's not something YouTube wants to put out, it's just not going to happen. Because like, okay, you got to have like 1 billion followers and put out content every day. The only way to put out content every day is to make videos every day, and the only way to make videos every day is if you make it to where you can make a fucking living making videos every day. And they don't want to do that. I mean, the model they had before, I'm sorry, it worked, but then they started to get fucky with it, and they're turning into just like Twitch. They're trying to turn it into a TV, you know, station and have control over everything, and you shouldn't, because that's why people are on YouTube instead of TV. It's why I'm on it,
right?
And that's why I did the trial of YouTube Red, which is paid for, because if it was worth it, I was going to pay for it. You know what? It's not fucking worth it. So, and now the ads are like unskippable, and
yeah.
I mean, I had YouTube Red, and you could still see ads, and now that it's ran out, like the trial has lapsed, there's just more ads. I'm like, well, fuck, what's the point?
Right. Well, it said that Ethan Klein, I guess he's from that H3 guy. Mm-hmm. I don't really watch any of his videos, but he tweeted out the sub feed was the last place that was untouched by YouTube's optimization, quote unquote. Now YouTube can make your channel completely invisible even to your own subscribers. Stop wasting our time, Team YouTube. Just erase the sub button slowly and show us what you want us to watch. Yeah. The final step is removing any control users have over content they see.
Right, just get rid of search and everything. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You watch what's on. That's all you got.
Yeah. Ironically, though, the type of people, though, it would benefit is maybe people like you that do that just watch random stuff and have so many, like, you know, like you said, you got so many subscriptions on there. It's crazy.
Right. Well, like, my recommendations isn't even recommending, like, barely anything new. It's usually, oh, here's someone you subscribe to. Oh, that's a video I didn't know they fucking put out. Why wasn't I notified this came out? Oh, because fuck you, that's why? I mean, the analytics thing is bullshit. It's just like Instagram. Instagram used to do chronologically. Hey, look, my friend posted this picture at 8 o'clock. I see it at 8:05. Now, oh, hey, we know you kind of like this stuff, so we'll show you their post 2 days later. No, I want to see it chronologically. No, you don't. You want more filters. So it's the same thing. They don't listen to what the fuck people want, and it's gonna end up being bad. I mean, there's no real. It's a shame because they have the power, but there's really no way to compete against Google/YouTube at this point.
Right.
You know, VidMe is gone. Vimeo is a fucking joke. Vivo's shutting down. If you remember the Vivo music videos, they used to be their own channel, but you could also watch some stuff on YouTube. Oh no, they're succumbed to YouTube. You can still get some of the stuff on. They're being absorbed by YouTube, so some of it you'll still be able to watch like they're from their YouTube channel. But yeah, the company's fucking going away.
I mean, if it wouldn't be so bad if the stuff YouTube tries to force you to watch is like wasn't that bad, you know?
Yeah, but it is.
The only thing that was a YouTube Red exclusive that me and Nate watched was that Cobra Kai thing.
Yeah, I never watched it. I checked every time I checked their originals, they didn't get anything new, and I had it for 3 fucking months.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I was watching that Tech Talk thing, and Jay had the YouTube Red, and he said he was still getting the ads.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, uninstall it and reinstall. I'm like, I did. The only thing I missed was like if you're listening to it on your phone and you close your phone, the app, the music stops now. Ooh. I'll just have my own music on my own phone or, you know, whatever. But
yeah. It's a bad time for both the creators and the viewers, you know?
Yeah. You want to support them, you kind of got to go on, you know, Patreon. Like, I remember you had said at one point you thought Patreon was like selling out. Now it's becoming really the only way to appeal to your audience and make sure they see your stuff.
Yeah, definitely. It's the only way to really become, or, you know, get your own, you know, like, what do you call it when you get the promotions or whatever from the other external
money. Get money, sponsors.
Yeah, sponsors. Thank you.
So
that was the word.
Okay.
If you get your own sponsors, that's the only way. But
okay, I believe I have articles on this. I'll link them while we're talking about your. This is your Alexa story, right?
Yeah.
I have somewhere in here.
It's just I wouldn't if I were new, I definitely would say it's definitely a bad time to start off on YouTube is if you want to make stuff on there, you know?
Yeah, it's like
for you.
I do it just as a hobby. I mean, already it's hard. Like if you put anything with anything copyrighted in it, it's going to be pulled. So
yeah, you pass by a radio or something, you know?
Right, or if you're, you know, even if you're playing a video games have little radios like on Fallout. There are radios on site, so guys will have to go and shut it off before it plays copyrighted music and it gets flagged. Twitch, you can play stuff with music, but then it gets muted.
Right.
So when they listen to it with the playback, it's muted. Well, if I'm watching something for the commentary, it's a waste of fucking time.
And you can't control everything, you know? I mean, it's crazy.
Right. I mean, everyone wants their cut. They're like, no, we got to give this, you know, Franz Ferdinand their whatever dollar they make for this stupid song. But anyway, so your article here, the Alexa, is this about the couple that got recorded in the background by accident?
Right. Yeah, it recorded their private conversations and it sent it to us, other people like friends or family or something like that.
Yeah. My story was, of course, this bullshit links. Why is it zoomed enhanced? Okay. Amazon confirms Alexa heard a couple's background conversation as a command to record them. So they confirmed. Yeah, that's what happened.
Shit, man.
But 2 weeks ago, a woman in Portland learned that her Amazon Echo device had recorded and sent a private conversation between her and her husband to one of his employees in Seattle without their knowledge. Unplug your Alexa devices right now, she says. The employee told them, you're being hacked. But the couple wasn't being hacked. According to Amazon, Alexa misunderstood their discussion about hardware floors as a series of commands to send their conversation to the man in Seattle. In a statement to Gizmodo, the online shopping giant confirmed that the Echo device woke up due to a word in background conversation sounding like Alexa. The statement, and that's, by the way, not to break into this. Whenever I'm watching the news, they fucking throw in. So, when they did this story, they said they're Amazon Alexa. It's not a fucking Amazon Alexa. It was an Amazon Echo. It can be any model. It's still a fucking Echo. Now all they're doing is waking mine up in the fucking background. Because it's true. If she hears a word that she thinks is Alexa, which is, people in my family especially, you can't understand them when we fucking speak. So it's kind of good that it catches stuff that can be close. But I mean, I like NPR has a thing about it. Their ad is tell your smart speaker instead of saying, because some of them will flat out say, Google, call this, or Alexa, call this, and that's horseshit. They're trying to trigger your shit. Right. But anyway, so they, then the subsequent conversation was heard as a send message request, at which point Alexa said out loud to whom, at which point the background conversation was interpreted as a name in the customer's contact list. Alexa then asked out loud, contact name, right? Alexa then interpreted background conversation as right. As unlikely as this string of events is, we are evaluating options to make this case even less likely.
Yeah.
I mean, a guy I work with said that his ordered toner for his printer, and he didn't know until he got the statement. He says, I didn't fucking order this.
Right. Well, I meant to ask you, I don't think we ever did an article on it, and I'm sure you already know about it. What was your thought on that thing where you can, I guess they're doing some kind of test with it already where like they could have like an automated thing, like call like companies and stuff like, hey, this so and so wants to make a pizza order.
I believe we had that actually as an article on the show last week. The Google Assistant called and made a haircut appointment for somebody. Then there's a big articles and they're like, well, actually that's kind of fake. And then they're like, well, also Google says that it will say, hey, I'm the assistant calling for this person. So they'll know they're talking to a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for it making phone calls for me because fuck actually talking to people for one.
Yeah.
It's just the text to speech problem. At my work, we had a voicemail, and if you leave a voicemail, it transcribes it and makes it an email. And a lot of times you have to call and follow up with the person and say, what the fuck did you say into my voicemail? Because this email is a bunch of gibberish. And that's what I imagine happening here.
Yeah. So, it's just they got to make this shit though smarter was kind of like my overall point. It's like you don't want that shit recording you if you're not trying to make a command or whatever,
Yeah. I mean, a lot of guys are like, I wouldn't have one of the a guy I worked with. I wouldn't have one of those. It's like a wiretap. It's listening to all your conversations. I go, you have a smartphone. He told me he went to a Taco Bell and his phone was telling him all this shit about Taco Bell. It's the same thing, Jack. So.
Now the Xbox you got there. Oh boy.
Right.
What doesn't it do?
Play games.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
The teraflops.
Not my teraflops. Oh no.
Terafloppies.
FBI tells router owners to reboot now to kill malware. This is your story, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I had the same one along with some others.
Yeah, spoiler alert, I haven't rebooted mine yet.
Oh, I did right after I saw this article. Plus, I meant to last night anyway, but... This is my article. It's basically the same fucking thing. Right here.
Oh, you better read that tech dirt.
No, mine's CNET and yours is Ars Technica.
Oh no, the tech dirt I think was the Alexa one.
Yeah. So basically, the Russians. This sounds like some made up tinfoil hat shit. The Russians are hacking into your routers. People are like, bullshit. And they're like, actually, they are. What?
So where are they saying you just turn it off and turn it back on and that'll fix it somehow?
I think they misinterpreted. I think they said, did you try turning it off and back on again? Oh, okay, then that's what we're going to do. Wait, what? I imagine, like on the episode of South Park where Kyle went to the internet and unplugged it.
Right. I mean, I know they had that thing on the router where you can do a factory set where you got to get like a pin and push it in there or whatever.
That's a pain in the ass. But see, like, I'm surprised that this hasn't happened before because, I mean, this is the most rudimentary thing that everything is connected to. They said a lot of NASs, actually, the consumer grade ones are connected just straight to the router, whereas they're not actually going to do any kind of encoding to, make it so that they can't get into it. So it'd be actually kind of easy to hack.
Yeah.
But
starting at $249.99.
So
that's like bigger than the actual video.
Right.
Well, good. So, like, was that scary though? You're pretty much saying that's like your overall opinion on it.
Oh, it sucks, but I mean, we already have it where people are, hijacking your computer for, say, we're gonna fuck everything up if you don't send us money, and people are sending them money and they're still not getting their shit back. So,
heck, we had that exploits on the hardware level with the CPU,
Yeah.
And then you have that whole switch stuff where they pretty much have to roll out new switches just to be able to fix the exploit.
They don't. The thing is, they don't even have to do any of this. They can just get all your data because fucking all these things that have your information stored in a text file somewhere.
Yeah.
Security is a joke. It's a joke. Next.
Fucking next.
Gamers involved in December's swatting death just got indicted. I think I had this article in here too, but I'm not going to dig it up because, anyway.
Okay. Well, do you know about it a little bit? Because I really
okay, like if someone's doing a live stream, the act of swatting is when some fucking troll calls the 911 and says, "Yeah, there's a hostage situation at such and such address," and they get there and they break in and they cuff and stuff the poor guy who's just playing a game online. But the thing is, in this instance, they went to the wrong address, and the guy that they talked to actually got fucking, he I don't know if he resisted or whatever. He ended up getting shot, right?
Right.
So they traced back because, just reporting a 911 incident that's not real is, whether it's for a joke or what, is technically a crime anyway.
Yeah, like that. There was that guy that I heard on the news that got busted because he was like trying to order a hamburger or something like that.
Yeah, the lady called the police and said, "Hey, this officer that just left my house, he was really hot and I'm lonely. Can you please?" Yeah, and they came back and they arrested her.
Yeah,
but this guy. But
pretty much they can, if you're calling though, they can definitely trace that back to you. And
yeah, I don't know what he thought. According to the indictment, Barris, with 2 R's and 2 S's, claimed that he was holding his mother and brother hostage in a closet, and that he had doused the house in gasoline and was thinking about lighting it on fire. Several police, so he told them that this guy was considering doing it. So the cops, of course, go and fatally shoot the guy because he was reaching for his. They thought he was reaching for his waistband. So
right, and then also I did read a little bit on the article. They were saying that these guys they had like conversations, like what do you call those, transcripts of the conversations, where they were trying to, destroy all the evidence or whatever with it too.
Yeah, he says, dude, me and you and Bape need to delete everything, he said in a message to Barris that was recovered by police. This is a murder case now. Casey deleted everything. You need to as well. If you don't, you're literally retarded. I'm trying to help you both out. They know it was a SWAT call. So now you're concealing evidence. That's another charge.
Yeah.
It's already a murder case. I mean, they could be charged with murder, but more than likely it's inciting panic. It's making a false police report, and it's technically manslaughter because they didn't mean to kill the guy.
Right. Well, here I have a sort of a different thought though, and I want to get your opinion on it. Is like, at the same time, don't you think a lot of these SWAT people, like in general, are a little bit trigger happy because there shouldn't even be an issue. Like if the people are cooperating and stuff there, like there shouldn't really be any violence. Or do you think like if they're reaching for anything, that's like a clean shoot?
Well, when he called, he said, the guy who made the call made it sound like he had people locked up in a closet, doused with gasoline, and he was about to set them on fire. So the cops thought, oh shit, this guy is going to kill these people, and he's reaching for his waistband. The cop is trained, okay, I have to protect myself and the people in this closet. So, of course, he's going to react in a split second and kill the guy. So, I mean...
Well, I'm just saying, like, if I was a cop, when I got there, I would at least try to make sure everything is, like what they say that it is there,
Well, I mean, you don't have that luxury, though. You've got this guy that you believe, you can try to de-escalate it to a certain point, but you really, without seeing any body cam footage, I don't know what the guy's behavior was when he answered the door. Now, it also depends on where they send him, because I know for a fact a neighbor I had that married my old roommate would answer the door with a gun in his hand. So if he was reaching for his waistband to maybe just pull up his pants, the cop could have thought he was reaching for a gun. And I mean, if this is what they were expecting, what are you going to do? You're going to be the first cop on the scene and then you get shot dead? I mean, I can't blame the cop for doing what he did. I really can't, not 100%. If it's not outside the logical, thought process. Because what's he going to do? Is he going to say, hey, are there people in there, and wait for the guy to pull the gun?
Right. It's just, I just, like, these people are victims, though. I mean, like, they're, like, if I get swatted or something, of course I'm going to try to cooperate and just, like, try to get on the ground, and hopefully they don't shoot me, It's like...
Well, the guy that got swatted wasn't the actual streamer. It was some other guy. It was just some random dude.
Well, the person that got it's irrelevant. Both of them are innocent, I mean.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying, though, like, if a cop busted down my door, of course your first thought is, who the fuck is this? Is it, you don't know if it's a cop unless they yell police. And I mean, depending on what you're doing, I mean, he could have been sitting on his couch with the remote in his hand, and when he got up, he had his hand on the remote. They said, oh shit, he's reaching for a gun. Boom, they shot him. I mean, you don't know. It sucks. This is a bullshit, trend. It needs to go away because it's deadly.
Well, I mean,
go ahead.
in the future, do you think that we'll be able to have some kind of better verification thing on, like people that report stuff,
I mean, in this instance, what could they have done? I mean, the guy said, I have people in my closet doused with gasoline. I'm ready to set them on fire. How are you going to verify that other than show up and stop him?
Right. I'm not saying I know how they would do it. I'm just saying, hopefully someday in the future, we would be able to have better, steps.
I think the best we can hope for as a society is that as a society, we stop this. That's the only thing you can hope for, because the police responded to the, any threat that sounds like somebody is in, danger should be followed up. So that's good. They responded to it. The fact that the man died, that's sad, but is a possibility. And, it's, I don't fault either, the man for the way he reacted, because I don't know what he was doing to cause the cop to think he was doing it. And I don't fault the cop. So and once body cam footage comes out, there's always another fucking uproar, and then weeks or whatever. I don't know if we're ever really going to see anything, unless the only thing they can do is come down hard on these kids and make them an example.
Yeah.
Because if you make something a big enough of an example, shit changes. And I don't want to totally change topic here, but I've got an example. I've got an example of something being an example.
Right. It's just that you got to think too that cop has to live with that though too,
Well, yeah, but he also has to live with, oh shit, I let that woman and child die because I wasn't fast enough. Answering to this, he's thinking there's a crazy man in there. Okay, honest to God truth here. If someone is on the news and there's a news story that there was a shooter, when you probably don't go into work, but if you go into a public place with 20 assholes, all those 20, they need some fucking guards there with guns or some armed veterans. The veterans would have been, this gun violence bullshit in this country. Everyone said, oh, they needed some veterans. It would have been different. The last shooting was in Texas, where they had a police department in the fucking building, and it still happened, and 10 people fucking died, and they had drills for in case this happened. And it happened in fucking Texas. So people will think that there's something more that could have been done, but they followed it to the fucking letter, and people still died. The only thing that we gleaned in this instance is that the shooter's alive, so we get to ask him why, and he's still crazy, so we might not get a fucking answer then. Or we'll be like Charlie Manson, we'll get 20 years of discussion, but it won't come to anything. But my point is, like I said, to make these guys an example. If you remember recently, Zuckerberg went to the UK because he's already testified before Congress, and he stood before the UK people. I don't remember what their equivalent is, but anyway, he stood before them and testified because they're changing their laws because they know that privacy is being violated. And they're going to they're charging Google and Facebook a amount that will actually, here we go, copy. I'm going to open this alongside of this so I can show you. I'm not trying to change topics here. I'm just showing an example here. Facebook and Google hit with $8.8 billion in lawsuits on day one of GDPR, which is the GDPR enforcement. Or is it just the definition? Oh, the General Data Protection Regulation for the EU, the European Union.
Yeah.
So just for the viewers at home here, just so we're all on the same page. Basically, you know how if your privacy is violated, the FCC, charges a fine. Big fucking deal. It's not no, they will actually, lawsuits seek Facebook for 3.9 billion and Google for 3.7 billion euro, roughly 8.8 billion in dollars. So they're actually going to, dip into their profits with these fines. They're not fucking around. And this is the first day of this whole thing. It first got enacted. And basically, you've got to come down hard on these kids because once it happens, and yes, they're grown men, probably whatever. I don't give a shit. I didn't read the article about how old they were because I don't care. They're scum here. They're not humans at this point. Especially if you try and hide it, and then you're dumb and text people and say you need to, delete this shit because he put a 2, so I know it's a text. But yeah, you're.
Well, I'm trying to think of there was other articles that I remember. I don't know if we talked about it on the show or whatever, but there has been cases where like cops have been tried and stuff for being too itchy on the trigger finger with certain things in situations.
I don't think people are. How wouldn't you act different? No. In an instance where you think there's a person bound and gagged in a closet, and you're the only one dealing with the person that's responsible, and they're reaching for their gun, it can be a matter of seconds. But if they shoot first, you're dead. And that's what they're trained for. That's why they're police and not just some dude on the street. Right. I'm not saying every cop is perfect, but they do go through training. And I mean, yes, they have to live with it, but they should think of that every time they have to fire their gun. They have to do a report and be investigated themselves and possibly be suspended or fired. They know the circumstances and problems that come along with firing their gun in the line of duty. They if they don't fully understand it, they shouldn't be say that they're prepared to do it.
Yeah, it's I guess in general, it's kind of crazy when you think about you get a charge for something somebody else does.
I mean, it only if you're doing outside of what you're expected to do. And in this instance, they thought there was a hostage situation. They figured the guy was going for a gun. They had to kill him. I mean, even if you say, "Sir, stop right there," if he's still moving, you got seconds to react. So,
right,
it's a shame. And like I said, these 18 and 19-year-old kids, it's going to fuck their life up. But you know what? I'm sorry. If this saves other people's lives, fuck these kids.
Oh, yeah. I think they should throw the book at them.
Well, they're not going to go away for fucking murder. Because I doubt they actually went in and said, let's go have them kill this random dude that we, yeah, emergency call lived up in a corner, dispatcher arguing a shot. I mean, yeah.
Like, well, I'm saying that maybe they should be charged for murder too. I just don't want to end up in a police state. That's the main thing,
Yeah, I mean, they should be charged with murder because once you start trying to conceal it and tamper with evidence, then they're like, well, what else are you trying to hide?
Yeah.
And that's shitty. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find your go back to the top part. Your articles. Reboot routers, swatter. Oh, here we go. I think I'm on your last article now. Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. Comcast may soon control what you pay to. Oh, by the way, I had this article too. I didn't think you would have it because it's about sports, but it's about Comcast and control and shit, so it makes sense, right?
Right. I think you pretty much had every article except for the first one.
The same one or a similar story, basically.
Yeah.
Why do I have a Spanish T-Mobile ad? Netflix includio. Con datos ilimitados. Yeah, so Comcast and Fox could merge. Their networks carry 59 NBA, MLB, and NHL teams in U.S. Comcast planned purchase of 21st Century Fox properties would give the cable company ownership of the vast majority of regional sports networks in the U.S. A trade group that opposes the potential merger pointed out yesterday. My phone just said I couldn't recognize your voice. Probably thought I said something. So, already ownership of NBC Universal and NBC branded RSNs to raise prices to watchers. If Fox agrees to sell Comcast, these problems get only worse. Excuse me. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm trying to get basically what the whole meat of the art. Can you summarize this here at all?
Oh, you said you had it too, so I just let.
I had the same article. I just thought. I just wanted to point out, basically, from my understanding, is the way sports are on cable is fuckery right now.
Yeah,
because we have streaming, like legitimate. We don't just have an antenna. We told the people we get internet from and that Spectrum. We told them, hey, we want TV. Give us ESPN. Okay. There's like 5 ESPN channels. All we want to watch is the fucking Buckeyes. That's it. The college football team, just one team. That's it. Okay.
Right.
Oh, but no, that depends on where the fuck they're at. Because if they're playing another state and they're playing in that state, well, that's out of market. You don't get it. Why? That is horse shit.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a channel with all these shows about fucking sports that I don't care about because I want to see, what is this, 16 games a year, right?
Right.
So this is basically adding shit on top of the fuck sandwich. So,
well, I guess it's kind of like having, like the sports channels are kind of like, like the cable, like a cable company themselves, because it's like it's instead of having all the teams mushed together, you might as well just have a la carte for your own teams,
Right. I mean, the way it's laid out now is like it says here, NBC, NBC Universal and NBC branded. They might buy Fox. Disney owns ESPN and ABC. The deal to purchase Fox Sports, but Comcast is preparing to outbid Disney. So, if it's a place where, if it's in a market, if the game is where the fuck Fox is going to carry it, it's going to be on Fox. Well, then you can't fucking watch it if you can't get Fox. But if it's on ESPN or ABC, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And then, yeah, and it's getting extra. It's going to be confusing because
bullshit.
Yes, it's going to be bought out by other. I mean, look at it. This article is hard because there are so many abbreviations, and these companies own multiple companies. Now, the thing is, Trump hates this deal because he's been bitching about it for a minute. Comcast owns NBC, which also has MSNBC, which hates Trump, right?
Right.
If they buy Fox, does that mean they buy Fox News? So the only channel that says anything good about him is going to be saying bad shit about him?
That'd be crazy, man.
I mean, right, though? That's right. So, major benefits for Comcast. Yeah, Comcast set the price for cable, satellite, and TV services local area. Team control. Here we go. Jesus. Yeah, so you get these certain teams for the MLB, NBC. Comcast, you get look at this. For Major League Baseball, okay? For Comcast, there's Chicago Cubs, White Sox, Oakland, Philadelphia, San Francisco Giants. But then if they buy Fox, the Atlanta Braves, Arizona Diamondbacks, Reds, all this shit. So if the deal falls through, it's like if you're really nuts about a sport, you go, okay, if they win these 5 games, then they win the championship. Now it's like, if this network buys this network, I'll be able to watch it. But if they don't, I'll have to subscribe to this other network. Ugh.
Well, anything that these cable companies do, it's the purpose is for money.
Yeah. I like money.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like, it's another thing too is it's like it's crazy how much they try to protect that shit too. Like they say that you can't even like making copies or recordings of this. They're saying even if they'll try to go after you even if you're making like written transcripts of the shit.
Wow.
I've heard like in the like when they're spouting off you can't do this or that before the game starts or whatever,
Oh, wow.
I mean, I remember I saw an article about them. The NFL went after this church because they were trying to throw
a viewing party.
Big thing, yeah, like a viewing party for all these people, and they were trying to because they were saying it's a public viewing or whatever.
Isn't that like fucking football parties for like the Super Bowl and shit? Isn't that what they did?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like they try to go after the fucking church. I mean, they're monsters, man.
Right. So I got a story that's similar here. I appreciate how fucked up this is. It sucks for all my friends that are sports fans. I'm sorry, it's a different world. I don't know all the ins and outs. I hate to admit. Oh, hold on. I'm typing up a story right now.
Yep.
Got it. There we go. Okay. Almost. Okay. So my story is actually something that's very near and dear to my heart. The state of anime. How legal anime streaming went to shit in 2017. Now, this is an older story, but it still rings true now. Because if you follow everything that's in it, you understand what the hell's going on.
Right. I'll allow it.
This guy says, throughout the years, we've seen anime grow and mature, from pirated VHSs to fan subs, and now the legal simulcasting of shows, being able to watch them right after they air in Japan. Anime distribution has truly evolved throughout the ages. As years go by, it becomes much easier to watch the shows you hold dear and support them, but things are changing. And I read actually the majority of this article because he lists exact examples, and I agree with most of what he says here. It had a culture, basically. If you really liked a series or an artist, you would pay to get an import. And like he said, at the time it was VHS and then fan subs. And then now with everything being digital, Amazon said, yeah, we can make some money with that. And they go, no, you got to appeal to certain... No, fuck it, we're going to do what we want. Amazon's version was Anime Strike. Now, I first saw this idea, and I thought, oh, good. I have Amazon. I have Prime. I'm going to be able to... No. Amazon, you have to have Prime already. So that's $75 a year, going up right now. To get Anime Strike, you had to pay $5 a month on top of that. For their collection of shit. It wasn't even everything. So that model did not sit well with everybody because you're behind a double paywall at that point. And it's just a cash grab. So it's another streaming service. There's nothing extra. With Crunchyroll, which is, their only real competitor, you get discounts on figures and shit in the store, free manga, and more. With Anime Strike, you got one manga a month and the anime, and that was it.
Yeah.
It was region locked. You could only watch it in the US. If you're in Canada, sucks to be you. And there's no way to watch their shows for free. Crunchyroll and Funimation, the two competitors, they understood that many people in the community pirate, created their services with accessibility in mind, allowing you to watch the shows for free with ads, or 1 week later in lower quality, but still free. There's no free option for Anime Strike. So basically, with Crunchyroll, when a series is airing, the newest episode will have a little crown, which means you got to be a premium member to watch it. But all the other episodes you can watch in up to I think 720. It's either 480 or 720 for free, and there'll be ads every so often. But you
it's kind of like YouTube.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd still be able to watch the episode. It would just have extra crap because they're like, well, I can watch it. I don't have to download it. I don't have to wait for it. And if it sucks, I don't have to keep it on my hard drive, you know?
Right.
That's an anti-piracy tactic. That's giving the customers what they want. You know, if you want to watch it in HD, you pay the extra, which I do. But, you know, they didn't give a shit about their fans. Not all devices supported Strike. It's an Amazon channel, so you remember Amazon and fucking Apple didn't get along for 20 minutes. Apple TV owners were screwed. So basically what happened was this was such a flop, because this is 2017 when this article came out. It was so bad that they said, fuck it. They have the rights to all these shows, so they just put all the shows in the Prime streaming. So what they should have did in the first place, which is if you pay for Prime, you can watch anime too, which is what Netflix is doing. They're throwing anime in their catalog saying, hey, you like anime? Here it is. Just fucking watch it. They have a whole section of just Japanese TV. If I'm on it, my wife has her own profile. She can watch her own shows. So, but anyway, and then they had Enter VRV. Crunchyroll's parent company attempted to make a unified platform, but Crunchyroll has not been subtle in advertising. Basically, you sign up for a VRV, and one of the functions is you could watch your Crunchyroll shit on it. So you would have to be on another service to watch a service you're already paying for. Again, they're fucking... I mean, granted, yes, VRV had other channels. Like they had... the only one I remember they had was Rift Tracks. So, like, if, you know, the guys from Mr. Century 3000, you could watch their stuff. And they had some channels that were like... I don't remember if it was like College Humor or whatever. Some YouTube channels had shows on there. But I'm not paying for a service to watch a paid service on top of it. That's fucking stupid. So, basically, they go, yeah, I mean... It's bad enough that to get the actual discs from Japan, you have to pay out the ass, or you're paying somebody in China to give you a shitty DVD that they burn themselves. That's out the ass. Or you could pay this other company, a legitimate company, out the ass twice for the same fucking service. And this is just a pure streaming company. This isn't even, you know, network.
Right.
So I totally understand how they're fucking you versus the sports. I barely understood that. How's that, guys? You have any thoughts on this, Ian?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of anime, so like,
right.
I
mean, it's the same thing that YouTube's doing. Basically, they're changing it up. So, you want to watch that? No, you can't now. No. Oh, you didn't know it was on? Oh, that sucks. Here's an ad.
Well, what a lot of these platforms have to realize is like they, you know, like they're making a platform. It's for the people. It's not what they want you to have, you know?
Right.
Even though that's what your advertisers or shareholders or whatever wants you to do, you know?
Right. Crunchyroll is the closest to a fan-based actual, like, because there's the fan subs. That's what they are. It's just a community of, you know, fans that, you know, make subs for the episodes and put them out. But Crunchyroll is close, but it's actually legit and gives money back to some of the companies, and you can buy merch. So they don't have to be greedy, but they're being greedy.
Well, it's like it, and I've said this before. It's like they really need to, you know, like try to find out really what the, you know, the people, you know, like the subscribers really want. It's like they care more about the money. It's like you could be like, oh yeah, whatever. You could say that they're greedy and stuff, but it's like at least you could say if they care more about their money than their actual product, not even talking about the people, their actual product or platform, then that's kind of messed up, because then that just means that they don't believe in their product as much as they believe in money, I guess, you know.
I like money.
That's what's driving them.
I mean, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is.
I mean, it's like if I want to try to do something and make a product, it's because I actually like wanted to do that product. I mean, there's millions of ways to make money in this world. It's like, but it's like I want to do this type of thing. You know, that's what should be driving you in life. You know, should have to have purpose.
By the way, Deadpool 2 topples the Avengers of Infinity War. Because the movie came out on the 18th. On the 20th is when this article came out. Because remember, Infinity War is first it was Black Panther was the biggest movie of all time. And then, nope, Infinity War beats that. And then Deadpool, nope. Fucking Deadpool's beating the shit out of... I mean, we knew this going in. It was the greatest received R-rated comedy. And people didn't think it was going to do that good because, one, Ryan Reynolds was in Green Lantern. So he did a superhero before, and it was kind of eh. And, like, this wasn't really major studio backed. I mean, at the time, it was, it was like, is it going to be good? We don't know. And, now the sequel was like, the first was so great that everybody saw this, everyone saw the second one. And it's kind of funny that, like, the nerds are actually becoming, like, well, they've been the ones who've been buying tickets before. It's just now the studios are going, hey, these fucking nerds are onto something.
Nerds. I need to get that Homer Simpson nerds drop. Nerds.
I mean, the thing is, like I think it was Kevin Smith said it, that comic books, there's enough, subject matter for them to just steal it straight from the books. They don't have to write anything. So I'm glad to see this. I like Deadpool as a character. I like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I love the series. I love where it's going. And plus, I love his dedication. He took years for him to make the first one. He tried to get it made, and no one would do it. And it's really good. I like the first one. I was like, oh, I want to see the second one. I'm not gonna, I'm sorry, I'm not part of the bunch of people that ran out the day it opened because I hate crowds of people. Because a movie like this, they say it's heavily dialogue driven because it's obviously that kind of humor. In a movie with 1,000 people in the audience, you have to see it 3 times to be able to get all the fucking jokes because everyone else starts laughing before the punchline even gets out. And I can't do that. I gotta hear what the fuck they're saying. I'll laugh on my own. Thank you.
Right. Now, you do like Deadpool and the like the Guardians and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're both comic book based off of comic book characters. Like, why don't you like? Because I mean, the Infinity War with the Thanos and stuff. You said you'd eventually go to see just because they're in it, but you really don't care about the other stuff, even though Thanos and stuff is linked with the Gamora and everything. Like, do you just like it for like you just like funny things that are based off of comics, like, or do you really don't care about like the action part as much, I guess?
I get bored pretty easy, and ones that are just all action are fucking boring to me. I got bored. My wife and I, it took us 2 viewings to get through the first Iron Man, and that's all we saw.
So like all the action and like the eye candy, the special effects and stuff really doesn't get you, huh?
I mean, there can be special effects. It's just they have to tell the story. Deadpool was A to B to C. The graphics and effects helped that out, and it came out good. All the stuff I've seen in Guardians of the Galaxy, there was action in there, yes, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like any action films because I liked Indiana Jones, I like all that shit, but I don't. That was as a kid too. When you're, ooh, what's happening now? It's like I don't get that sucked into it. It's not buying my interest. I like I said, I try to watch Iron Man, which Tony Stark is a very nice character.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's a playboy billionaire.
Robert Downey Jr. is a great actor. but no, no.
So like a serious film that's like coming out, like that new Venom movie that's supposed to come out, that's supposed to be really good. Like you wouldn't go see that?
I don't care about Spider-Man. No, never did. There's like 900 Spider-Man movies. I've only watched one or two because somebody else I knew was watching one, and I was in the fucking room, and they're basically the same fucking movie. Oh, this kid's now a Spider-Man. Oh, now with great power comes through. Don't care. It's the same fucking movie over and over again. Don't care. I don't care.
Did you like the Watchmen movie?
I love Watchmen. But it's its own original thing because it's a murder mystery. And the art and style was totally different. Now I like the artist's stuff. I can't think of his fucking name right now. He was the same one who did that comic series Wanted, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
It got made into a movie, and I saw the movie because it looked really good, and I realized no. That movie Wanted, if anyone remembers it from was it the early 2000s? Had Angelina Jolie.
One where they were like curving bullets and stuff?
Need you to curve the bullet. What? Yes,
they did that on Mythbusters or whatever.
Yeah, that was. The movie looked like it was going to be good, and at the time it was 1080, so that was HD. But
yeah.
But the thing is, the comic book was way better because the comic book, the character, instead of being the son of a CIA hero, was the son of a supervillain. So he's a bad guy. And it was more fun. And they couldn't make it because it would be a bad image to present to children, because kids go to comic book movies, not grown-ups, because it was before Dark Knight. It was before Batman was really dark. Batman was still a comic book. So
now what sucks you into like mafia type movies then?
Where the hell's my pointer? What do you mean?
You know, like Godfather, I
haven't watched all the Godfathers.
Well, you like the Godfather and the Goodfellas and the one that I'm supposed to see still. I don't want to mention.
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
That's not really a mob movie, though. There's a mob in it, but it's more about overarching stories. Or overarching, how you pronounce it. Stories that are intertwined, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's like Tarantino always does. He tells a story in the middle, then goes to the end, and then goes to the fucking beginning just because he can.
Right.
I mean, like, I love Kill Bill. There's action all over that shit. You know, I'm just... If the story is gripping, I will sit down. Even if it's like so facetious, I'm like, oh my god, this makes no sense, but I am in. I'm turning my fucking brain off and watching this. This Deadpool is like, yes. And Iron Man and fucking like all of the newer X-Men movies, like,
yeah, you say you like Wolverine, but
I like the character. Yeah, I like the character. I saw the deleted scene where he gets on the fucking jet and opens up a suitcase, and there's the yellow suit, which no, he never fucking wears. I'm sorry, I grew up watching that shit. Yeah. I watched that as a kid. The fucking movies were boring.
Hey, Hugh Jackman was pretty good.
I love Hugh Jackman, but you know what? The fucking movies were boring. I love that they said, oh, man, Sir Patrick Stewart's going to be Professor X. Oh, and then I saw him, don't care. And, the girl had to sit in a chair for 3 hours, and then they had to do her makeup, and then they cut it down from 6 hours to only 3 because they were only filming her for the neck up. And I'm like, I don't care. Don't care. But anyway.
Well, that leads me to my other question, because you're all into this anime and stuff. What, do you watch any kind of like mainstream type of TV shows? They're like really popular now, like the Breaking Bad or the Don't Call Saul.
Nope. I don't have cable. I have Netflix.
Yeah, but there's tons of mainstream shit on there.
I don't get into things. I usually don't get into things when they're popular because I have the tendency to binge. So like I will sit and I'll watch an entire season, and I'll go, God damn it.
So it's like heroin. You're trying to stay away from it, right?
Okay, here's something that you won't understand, but I'll say it anyway. I love the show The Gilmore Girls. I've watched every single episode, and I own every single episode. And when the new revamped season came out on Netflix, I was excited, but I have yet to watch it because I'm afraid once I watch it, it's over and I won't have any more to watch. So it's been in my queue for over a year. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I know you said you do have an addictive personality.
That's why I don't drink anymore. That's why I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I'm all or nothing. I'm hot or I'm fucking cold. There's no lukewarm for me. Like,
well, that's why you went into a subreddit about RGB profiles.
Yeah, and that's why I don't game except for on the weekends, because I went on here yesterday to just download the profile for my fucking keyboard. That's all I was going to do, okay? I was up from 8:30 till after 11 o'clock at night. Fucking with that. Why? Because I couldn't not focus on it. I was staring at it and doing it, and I look over and I'm like, Jesus Christ, look at the time, and I went to fucking bed. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's yeah, like if you try to play games and stuff during the week, you would totally fuck up your work life, bro.
I've played 8 hours of Fallout before. I can't do that during the week. So,
yeah.
Also, by the way, check this out. I'm surprised you didn't have this story. Pornhub launches VPN, its own virtual private network app.
Huh.
Now, before everyone goes, what? Pornhub, God bless them, is actually doing a lot of good here, because remember when the whole censorship thing of YouTube came out and a lot of the people who had the guns channels were pissed off that their channels were getting pulled because YouTube didn't want to be associated with guns and violence? Well,
yeah, wasn't Pornhub going to put like regular shit on there because they got so big?
Yeah, they have a safe for work section apparently, which only if your work's cool enough to not censor it. There's certain places where you can't. I'm not going to say where I work. No, don't even get me started. But you know, you can't even log into that with the work, Wi-Fi. They will block it. Certain stuff that I like, DeviantArt, I think, is even blocked because there might be, even if you turn it off, that you're not, seeing the adult pictures. It goes, nope, you still might be tempted to look at them, so no. But yeah, they're, letting you have your gun channels, VPN hub, bunch of other, things that they're doing. They gave us the 30-second preview that YouTube ripped off. So, more power to them, right?
Oh, wait a minute. Are you talking about the thing? Because you like on mobile, you can like if you like barely click on the thing, it'll show you like a preview going on.
Yes, just same thing on the website. If you hover over it, it'll show you a preview. When YouTube launched it, they tweeted about it, and then Pornhub replied, "Oh, hey, wonder where you got that idea."
I haven't noticed that on YouTube on my tablet or anything yet.
Yeah, well, on my Roku it does it. I don't know if it does it on my computer. Let me see.
On your phone?
Well, I know it does it on. I know it like autoplay and stuff. See, look here. But
yeah, I really don't watch stuff on my computer, like YouTube much. I go through everything through Kodi.
Yeah, well, I got the Roku and everything, but but anyway.
Yeah, like one thing I think other people should copy off of YouTube is the what do you call it, the seeking preview, like when you go through the timeline.
Oh,
Pornhub should do that.
Well, Pornhub actually, no. YouTube stole the preview from Pornhub. Not the other way around.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like since YouTube did that, they should steal off of YouTube then, you know, with the timeline thing, because I always like that about YouTube, where you could, you know, how we usually skip through the video so we don't get demonetized. You usually can see in the preview.
Yeah, let's scroll through the porn so we don't get demonetized in our video.
Yeah.
By the way, check this out. Qualcomm and Facebook partner to bring high-speed internet access to cities next year. During its F8 conference in 2016, Facebook introduced Terragraph technology, a 60 gigahertz wireless system meant to deliver fast internet to urban areas. The technology uses commercial off-the-shelf components and the cloud to process data while keeping the production cost to a minimum. The social media giant has now teamed up with Qualcomm to further its goal of bringing high-speed internet connectivity to cities, which plans to kick off trials of the integrated solution in mid-2019. Now, okay, yes, I fucking forget his name right now. Zuckerberg is the devil, sure, whatever. But this is competition. So Spectrum and everybody else goes, fuck, now we got to bring out faster internet to more people. And you know what? Good. The fastest we get is what I have now in our area. Everybody else, broadband is like the FCC says, 25 fucking megabits a second. So.
Yeah, I saw, you might have it in your queue, but did you see there was some kind of, I forget if it was a carrier or an ISP, but they like leaked some data that made that whole Cambridge Analytics thing look like nothing.
What was it? I saw a meme. It was waking up in 2018, and it was a still from Star Trek: The Next Generation with Captain Picard is like, damage report. But anyway, check this out. Chrome has a built-in malware scanner. Here's how to use it. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never used it. I just came across that. And I thought, oh man, that's cool. But I don't know if I trust it because Google will always do evil. One day in late April or early May, Google removed the phrase, don't be evil, from its code of conduct. After 18 years of the company's motto, those three words and chunks of their accompanying corporate clauses were unceremoniously deleted from the record. So, yeah. They're like, don't be evil. No, we're evil now.
Evil Batman.
By the way, since we were talking about YouTube, I'm sad to say this. Total Biscuit has passed away at the age of 33. For any fans of his, we all know that he was suffering from cancer for years. In 2014, he was diagnosed with cancer. May of this year, he retired, saying that chemotherapy's effectiveness has been exhausted. So, I mean, he knew that it was, he was going to die. It was real sad. And he finally passed. So 33 is fucking young, man. I'm really bummed out by that. I didn't watch a lot of his videos. I thought he was funny when I did hear him, but it's gone too soon, man. 33 that's younger than me. And I worked with somebody who was 16 once and said, I think I've done half everything there is to do in life. You're fucking dumb. That's no. So it's sad to see, people leave us so early, and I wish nothing but the best for his family, and hopefully they make more breakthroughs and treatments to where this doesn't affect people of such young ages and people in general anymore. Old people dying of cancer isn't any less sad. It's, breast cancer is one of the most highly funded research things in the world. I think, cancer itself ought to be wiped out, and hopefully it will be eradicated within my lifetime. I'd like to say.
Well, the problem is there's no money in cures though.
Yeah, it's in the medicine.
Yeah.
Speaking of YouTubers, whoops.
By the way, before you go to that, I found the article I was talking about before. I linked in the chat. It's wireless carrier abuse of location data makes the Facebook Cambridge scandal look like amateur hour.
Sorry to be a dead horse. Oh boy. So, what part of this should I read, Ian?
Oh, it's a tech dirt thing. You don't have
I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this tweet in the middle. Sorry to be a dead horse, but the FCC's 2016 broadband privacy rules have been required opt-in consent from customers to share cell phone location information. This Congress repealed those rules with all Senate Republicans and all but 15 House Republicans voting for repeal.
So but you didn't have this in your list though.
No, I did not.
Okay. Well,
I mean, the Cambridge scandal, every day there's some new fucking thing. They're like, oh, by the way, all your credit card numbers have been given to just Russian citizens. That's good. They need credit card numbers. They burn them and keep warm over there.
It's almost like you throw your hands up in the air. Like there's like
it's
everybody's just getting away with everything. You know, I mean,
well, like, you know how everyone's like, oh, you shouldn't get a smart speaker because they're listening to you. Fuck it. You shouldn't have a smartphone because Google has all my information anyway. So, yeah. There's basically, yeah, you know, all I can do is call Discover every other month and say, hey, go ahead and send me a new card. I'm sure somebody is using it to buy stuff on the black market, on the deep web.
Did you ever watch that movie with Gene Hackman and Will Smith, The Enemy of the State?
No.
Okay,
it's a book, right?
Yeah, it was about all that privacy stuff. I mean, the guy was like, is pretty much try to be, you know, like as off the grid or whatever as he could. Like he even was like in a Faraday cage of a room where it's like a wire mesh so that no signals could get out and shit, you know. But it's just crazy.
That's a big ass picture of PewDiePie.
Yeah. So, what about PewDiePie now?
PewDiePie.
What's he doing? What's he fucked up with now?
Well, you remember last week I posted about that feud he has with that Twitch, quote unquote, Twitch thought that he was commenting on. Basically, this is a woman's article, so I'm not gonna say anything sexist or demeaning anything here. But her point on his response, because basically he's telling his viewers, and this is her title basically, PewDiePie is teaching his audience that women are asking for it because the girls on Twitch are dressed like hosts. Which, by the way, that Twitch did a thing where the girls that were just being thoughty to get views, they got rid of them. And that's actually a thing on YouTube now. You'll see girls that started to do something and then their stream gets pulled. Yeah, Twitch fails compilation. But yeah, he's got a little army of fans, and I understand their concern, but the guy's already said N-bomb and shit. I mean, he's crazy, man. He's fucking crazy. And he's still somehow one of the biggest guys on YouTube, is the fucked up part, with 63 million subscribers. So, I mean, there's two sides to it, because I had the article last week that showed basically the setup for what was happening. He saw a video of her and said she's the thought, she's just trying to be a hoe. I wouldn't even look at her. And she saw it and said, oh, I'm gonna she's copyright striked him, and I'm trying to look at it objectively, because he was calling her names and all that, but she shouldn't have copyright striked him because it wasn't a legitimate thing. It was vengeful and spiteful.
Well, like Philip DeFranco's pretty much opinion on it was, that like the copyright system wasn't meant to be used as like a threatening tool,
Mm-hmm. Right?
It's like, supposed to be for your protection.
Yeah, it's like divorcing parents using their kids as pawns. It's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, now, and the thing was technically fair use because he was using his commentary and everything,
Right, which is the definition of fair use. You cut it up and make your own thing. Now, he responds to it because she did this feminist. I can understand and appreciate. You're like, well, he's creating an atmosphere where people are blah blah blah, and okay, sure, you could say that, but he was making his own statement about what he thought, and she reacted negatively. So I'm viewing her more in the wrong here because she abused the service, whereas all he did was say a mean thing, which, oh darn, someone on the internet said something mean.
Yeah. Well, it's just like it. Sometimes you have to stick up for a person who's been a dick in the past. You got to filter out what's right and wrong,
You might not agree with what they say, but you should support the right to say it.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. People argue because like the football players kneeling, which actually was really just because people were trying to get them. Well, that's close to standing because they were sitting before. And they're like, oh, they're disrespecting the flag. No, they're using their fame in the only time that will get people's attention. And people don't understand. And they don't understand you have the right to say whatever you do. And as an American, the veterans are, they're disrespecting the flag. No, it's their right to disrespect it, and you're going to war and fighting for their right.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
But you learn to understand it. I want to show you this. I don't really have any comment on this, but I wanted to show you because I thought it was cool. Nintendo DS is seeing new life. This isn't the only article I have on this. Hold on. I had two because this one isn't as cool. Basically, you remember the DS folded in two and it had a kind of a weak hinge in the middle?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them would break. So there are modders that. Here we go. This is the one I saw. Was it really Forbes? Huh.
Oh, I hate getting articles of Forbes because
half of them are, oh, you gotta subscribe. You only get 3 free ones. Shut up. Anyway. But yeah, basically this guy's taking these broken DS lights and look at this. Put where the hinge was, he put a fucking neon light. Oh, you know what? Yes, it's pink and blue, and I want that pink and blue one. I mean, this right here, like tweets. Where's the actual picture I was trying to click on? Damn it! The guy did promo shots, but he's not one to. Because there's a cart you can put in where it has all the ROM. Because basically, you can play old old Game Boy games, and I don't remember if it was regular Nintendo or Super Nintendo. Basically, you put emulator ROMs on there, but it's like a cart. Like it looks like a regular video game cartridge, but it's just a flash ROM. See, they break. So the guy just stuck a light in there.
Yeah.
And in some of the follow-ups, people were showing the cards that you put all the ROMs in. He's like, yeah, they're not going to do that with their publicity ones because obviously they don't want to get yanked. But close that out. But yeah, the silver one here with the old school green, red, blue, and yellow. That's pretty sweet.
So that they're like, we're tired of this Nintendo BS. It's time to make it a real Nintendo DS.
Right. I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool, but
I wonder if they'll have to put like an RGB mod on it.
I mean, monitors have been doing it for a minute. It's like I Googled this and I found all kinds of crap. I like this pink one. I'm sorry. Go ahead and call me whatever you want. I want that one. I want. What was it that lady said, Napoleon Dynamite? I want that. Oh yeah, and like he modified where the stylus went. He put a speaker back there because the speakers were in the top part that broke off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I wonder how that new patent for that Nintendo Switch or whatever is going to turn out, because I remember we did an article about the thing where you'll be able to do screen sharing and stuff, so you could add on more screens. We'll be able to wirelessly connect together. So, like, if you want to make it into like a DS type of thing, you know,
screens. By the way, since we're talking gaming, I brought this in because I figured Doug would shit himself. Sony says it's the beginning of the end for the PS4.
Oh, I did see this. Also, another Doug article I wanted to do was they had a court document about how Apple knew that about that whole Bendgate shit ahead of time.
I got it in my legs. This way we don't have to rehash the same stories we told when we came in. I got my what do they call them? Triggered stories here, buddy. Let's save those for like 2 o'clock in the morning if he shows up.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what were you saying before I so rudely interrupted you?
PS4 era is entering its final stages. And by the way, updates. This post has been updated to more clearly reflect that PS4 sales are not expected to be a major revenue source in the future. So the PS4, rest in peace, hit the shelves just 8 months after it was announced, while the PS3 took 18 months to arrive following its announcement. So how long we'll have to wait for the next PlayStation console is anyone's guess. Well, see, but I brought this up. See, I brought this up because I had another story that
oh boy.
Well, see, hold on, dog. Gotta find it here. Hold on.
Favorite. Huh? Already coming back with a new console next.
It's already been fixed. Next.
Yeah.
Where the hell? I thought I had it. Gaming. I apologize for having so many stories. I can't find that. Here we go. Can't find the article. Okay. Sony is working with AMD's Ryzen CPU tech, and PlayStation 5 is the most likely target. I mentioned this to my buddy who's the Xbox fanboy, but he also has a PlayStation. He's like, well, of course they're going to fucking Ryzen. Everything's going to be Ryzen. Because they're the only thing advancing. What's Intel really done? I mean, that's what the Xbox was. What was Sony's CPU? Was it AMD?
I don't know. I remember hearing rumors before the new, like, the PlayStation 3 was about to come out, and they were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be some kind of like crazy cell technology or something.
I just remember that the Xbox was a modified AMD chip, but I don't remember what exactly.
Yeah.
But basically, the
Sony specs have always been kind of like weird or mysterious, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to protect something just by not even telling you what's in there, you know.
Don't know. I mean, it's their own anyway. Even if they buy it off the shelf, they change it up so it's different.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about gaming, Steam. So the latest Steam event encourages you to play your untouched games. Basically, I told you at the beginning of the show in what the hell is it? June or July? They actually have the next Steam sale. But before that, they have the Steam Spring Cleaning event, which encourages people to play through their backlog of games and play some new games that are free until the 28th. Now, basically, you get on your Steam account. It's like iTunes, obviously. I've said this before. But you go into the store, and there'll be an ad for the spring cleaning event. And I've clicked this before already, and they say, hey, to get you to go through your back catalog, you know, every day they'll suggest, hey, here's a couple games. And when you play said games daily, these tasks, it'll give you a little, what the hell is it called? It's not a trading card or a badge. It's a little, well, it might be a little badge. They give you, basically you get badges and achievements, and you can...
You don't need no stinking achievement badges.
Oh, you should, actually, it's just like Xbox and PlayStation. You can get an achievement for getting all the achievements. It's kind of like that. You get like, it doesn't say in this article, but if you get like once you complete all the tasks, you get a badge for spring cleaning, and then if you do it every day, you get like the ×3 or the ×4 whatever badge. So you get the same thing, but it's more. So, and all this counts towards your bullshit points that don't really matter, but it's fun. I have badges. Right. I have badges and achievements on my. You have XP points based on how many games you have and all kinds of other bullshit you do. But this is fun because Steam, even if you're not playing games, you have, little tasks to do. You have free games I don't have the available hard drive space. That's why I brought in a external so I can move some crap around. So maybe I can squeeze in a few, because, even the free games, you still have to download and install it while you play it free. So I don't have the room to get them on there, but yeah, you can play some, they're free to play for, till what, the 28th. So today's the 26th. So you have a nice long weekend, right?
Right.
And not doing nothing, burn through and play some games, for some, and it'll be some shit, you've been meaning to play, like Dirt 4's on there, Left 4 Dead 2. Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. I've got like I went to it and they got speed clean. These are each of their little tasks that they present. They have quote unquote speed clean. Several games are available to play for free during the whole event. We picked a couple for you to try today. And these are games I already have in my library. So if I play these games for a little bit of time, I unlock the achievement basically, and then once I get every achievement, it changes over and I've got the badge. So now, granted, it's after midnight, so I wouldn't qualify for the previous day. I've already missed one day, but this is not even the sale. This is some shit they do to keep you excited and to get you playing games again, which is cool. I like that.
Yeah. Now, didn't you say there was some kind of like achievement where you get an achievement just for like downloading or being on Steam? Because I was like joking on you spend more time on Steam than the games, and you said, well, there is achievements.
Yeah, there are, and they're like, I mean, there's stuff for like community. You're a pillar of the community because you reviewed games or you've
that's what that thing was about. That one article. What was it called? Where you review things. They were like getting rid of it or something, I thought.
I don't know. But like we talked about earlier, that's Well,
when you get a nice 14 terabyte hard drive, you're going to be putting the whole Steam store on there, aren't you?
Shh. But by the way, I don't know if you saw this. The Steam Store school shooting game is appalling.
What?
There's a school shooting simulator video game described as appalling by anti-gun violence charity. According to its listing on the Steam video game store, the software lets players slaughter as many civilians as possible in a school environment.
Are we going to have a PETA game next?
Well, I mean, they probably do. People make the most... They make the most disgusting thing to get as many people offended, so it's word of mouth here.
Yeah.
And it's one of what they say... It's an independent developer previously accused of selling asset flip games. If you remember, that's where they just get a bunch of assets from, you know, Game Maker Studio or from other games, and they throw them in there, and it's not even really a game. You're like, this is just a bunch of people in a building, and you're running around shooting them.
Now, what'll be in like Inception is that they make a game violence shooter simulator game.
I mean, school shooting game angers Steam users. Developers likely changing it. I mean, yeah.
Violent video game simulator game.
Well, that's the thing. People still go like the other day. I came in and someone goes, "Yeah, it's those games people play," and I'm like, "No, actually, there's studies that prove that whole thing is bullshit. That actually, violent video games have nothing to do with the personality of people." But you go ahead and perpetuate that stereotype.
Yeah.
But also, Steam...
Did they say it kind of does the opposite with people?
I mean, it's a way to vent. And
Yeah.
you take away people's way to vent and you just piss them off more. That's a great idea. But let them blow off steam.
On Steam.
Right. Now, the thing is, I told you I have a Steam Link, which I still haven't even actually set up because it would require going downstairs and playing my games on the TV in the living room. That's my wife's TV. I'm upstairs watching the TV in there, or here on my brand new 49-inch 4K computer. So
yeah, did you clean off your bed yet? And so you could lay on it and watch stuff on there?
I mean, it's not really clean. It's laundry. I've got to put laundry away in. It's just I hate putting away laundry because it sucks. It's the never-ending story. But anyway, there's a Steam Link that I have. Now there's the app that does the same thing, and I downloaded it for my phone. So basically, you can stream to your phone. I don't know what all else you can do, but Apple blocks the Steam Link on iOS for business conflicts. Or go to another article here, which I thought summed it up better. Apple rejects Valve's Steam Link game streaming app over business conflicts. It won't be coming to iOS today, despite a successful Android beta launch earlier this month. According to the official Steam database Twitter account, Apple rejected the Steam Link app over apparent business conflicts with app guidelines. Steam Link was first announced for mobile back in March, and the app functions as a remote desktop so users can access their Steam library of PC games from a mobile device and stream them directly to touchscreen play or use with a Bluetooth controller. Not exactly clear at the moment what the business conflict here is and whether it has anything to do with Apple's somewhat continuous 30% App Store fee for all purchases, in-app or otherwise. It may perhaps be due to the fact that Steam Link allows OS users to access another app store, namely Steam, within Apple's tightly controlled ecosystem. Apple was not immediately available for comment. Imagine that shit.
They're like, fuck you. We don't want video games on Apple shit.
Right. No.
We want to keep it that way.
I mean, at that point, it's really just a dummy panel streaming your content from your computer.
Yeah.
But...
well, isn't it pretty much like a screencasting or screen mirroring type of thing?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how well the Steam thing works if it has to be on the same Wi-Fi network and all that. I know with Windows you can cast to a Windows device. Like Xbox, you can share your Xbox screen with your laptop. I had a guy at work was playing The Division in the break room when, like, before his shift once. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I don't know how well it would work outside of your local network.
And when I was trying to research, trying to get like one of those HDMI adapters for my phones, I found out that my phones didn't support it because it was newer, and they were. I guess a lot of phone companies are trying to like phase the type of technology where you can do that actually in the phone, where they're all going to like screen mirroring and casting over Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
like, I don't know, man. I kind of rather have a hard HDMI cable, though. You know,
I don't.
I mean,
I sit in bed.
Is it like really like reliable, like the frame rates and stuff when you're playing games on it? Like,
well, see, the thing is,
video games you want to have as high as rate as possible, right?
Well, the thing is, my my old Samsung Note that I had, I could cast to my Roku, but it was kind of finicky. But you have to remember that was a Note 3, so that was several generations ago. My Pixel does not do the same technology, so it can't screen share to that, but it can screen share to other things. So I don't know. But personally, I mean, you're gonna use.
I mean, with the link or whatever you have, the Steam Link.
I mean,
pretty much is the same thing.
Oh yes, I have a hard Ethernet connection to my network. The thing is that they're talking for your, you could play with your phone as the screen, and then use a Bluetooth controller if you want. You're still going to be using Bluetooth, so there's still going to be some lag anyway. I mean, when Linus did the review of the Steam Link when it first came out, he said he was actually impressed. So, and I got mine for $7 when I bought a game. So that was an okay deal. I have yet to actually use it. I actually took my Xbox controller off of this computer. I was going to take it downstairs and hook it up to exclusively use for that, but I have not.
Well, like, what kind of games would you like to play on there? Like, if you're just using a controller, because like games like Wolfenstein, you kind of need the mouse and keyboard, right?
I mean, no.
Do you aim better with a keyboard and mouse or a controller?
Personally, I do, but also the Steam Link supports USB, so I could put a wireless mouse and keyboard in there if I really wanted to. But just if it's some stuff, I have games that that are platformers.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna play a platformer with WASD. Trust me, I've tried. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like my favorite game. Let me show you something real quick here. Scroll a little bit. Oh,
eyes in the act.
This is a platformer. There's a little stick figure that you control. These are the jumps you got to make. I'm not doing that with a fucking keyboard. I tried once.
Yeah, you need finer control between the diagonals,
Yeah. And there's only like 2 buttons you use. Well, there's the jump, and then there's to reset your spawn point. Because if you've gone too far and you can't get out, it's easier just to commit suicide and respawn. But yeah, that's a pain in the ass if you don't have a controller. But anyway, so this new article
Frank plays all of his platformers with like guitar foot pedals.
Yeah. This article was titled originally, Asus kills its recently formed Eras brand for AMD Radeon graphics cards. Update, it isn't. And then I'll read the update. The Twitter account that formed the source of the story was fake. And we apologize for the error. An Asus spokesperson contacted us to say this. The Eras Twitter account that has generated this information is fake, and Asus is currently in the process of having this account removed from Twitter. Asus will continue to sell the Eras graphics cards. So, basically, go ahead.
I didn't know, but because we were talking about, like the whole GPP thing, which is dead now because NVIDIA decided to shut it down.
Right.
We were saying like, oh yeah, they're gonna switch a brand to like an Eras with. Nobody's even heard of Eras or whatever. They were trying to make that as a new brand, but apparently they've had it around for like a long time already. But it's like hasn't really been anything.
Right. So I thought that was interesting, but it turned out to be fake news. But at least the article was updated to response. By the way, report says cryptocurrency demand drove annual graphics card shipments up to 66%, optimistic about availability. So yeah, when the they said when the crypto miners were buying them by the plane load, I remember we had that as a story recently. I don't know if anyone else was there. Cryptocurrency miners are renting Boeing 747s to ship graphics cards.
Yeah, I remember we did that article.
So, they're not sure if it was the crypto miners or the low production of NAND flash chips, expensive DRAM, whatever. But
giving you the DRAM,
it was basically it had made they ramped up production to try to meet the needs. Well, crypto sales to drop off around 2/3 of the current quarter. Crypto miners bought a lot of GPUs in the quarter, and it drove prices up. NVIDIA's CEO said, and this is NVIDIA, who actually wasn't mostly affected by this because NVIDIA cards were higher anyway, like higher priced, so people were buying the AMD cards because they were cheaper. So if NVIDIA was feeling it, that means people were desperate, so they were buying the expensive cards. Because you weren't getting a lot of performance for your dollar, basically. Anyway, Commerce Call. I think a lot of gamers weren't able to buy into the new GeForce as a result. Where's the guy? The report by John Petty Research, so further known as JPR's number report that the being the case as well. Even though gamers had a tough time finding graphics cards this past year, JPR says discrete desktop GPUs saw an annually shipment growth rate of 66.4% and 6.4% quarterly growth rate. So those GPUs were going somewhere. As a whole, JPR says cryptocurrency miners bought 3 million graphics cards, worth $776 million in 2017, and another 1.7 million in the first quarter of 2018. So basically, look for the market to start getting more. I mean, we've already seen prices go down. Cards are now between $500 and $600, when the same card would be $1,500 to $1,600. Just a few months ago.
Yeah, you could get a 580 for under 300 now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I know I want to get Vega. I'm thinking I'm just going to hold out and build my next rig and use my 380 until I save up enough to get Vega. Probably 64, probably fucking water cool, because why the fuck not?
You going to get it like an AIO or something?
Yeah. I'm not going to do a fucking loop.
Yeah, me neither. I want to get maybe this summertime. I'm trying to save up for a camera, like a new camera, but then I want to get the NZXT one with with the circle, the RGB circle on the cooler. But yeah.
I just lost
my train of thought. Yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to put spend all that money for a Vega just to be on your NAS,
Right. Well, I really got inspired by this guy.
Oh yeah.
Because I saw that case and I was like, damn, that's beautiful. So
yeah.
I looked it up, right?
Right.
Inwin 101 is what the case was. So that case. Come on, boy. In black. It's fucking $63.
That's pretty good. Is that a tempered glass?
Yes, it's tempered glass. It's an Inwin. It's got it doesn't have a basement, but it has a top where like fucking good shot of it, I guess not. You can there's two hard drive, like there are SSD card or spots in the back for your SSD drives, but you can put two mechanical drives up top. If I'm gonna have Threadripper, I'm not gonna have a bunch of fucking drives in there, so I'm not worried about it. I mean, filter little thing there to hide get your dust out of there. Oh, here you go. You got your slots for your hard drives. You got your SSDs in the back, and then you, if I get a liquid cooler and a liquid GPU, I think
you
I'll
want to
be
do
able.
both, huh? You want to do the liquid cooled Vega?
Well, that's what this guy has. He has a liquid cooled CPU, and then he's got the GPU too. But you can't really see in this picture. I found he actually reviewed these fans on Amazon, and I saw the other side. And he has a radiator here with the fan on it. I was thinking I could just stick both fans over there, both radiators there, and with fans on it.
Yeah. Well, are you gonna get one that's like a double rad or whatever type of thing? You know, like where it's got two fans on it, or I think NZXT makes a triple rad type of thing. I'm not sure.
Well, like if it's for Threadripper, a lot of them they recommend really beefy coolers if you're gonna overclock, which I don't think I'm gonna, but you never know. I mean, this is all. See, this is the other thing. This is all window shopping until next year because this August, Threadripper 2 comes out.
Yeah.
So
is that gonna be like a 2950X then?
Yes, it's basically instead of 19, it's 29. So yeah. Now,
that thing's gonna be like $2,000.
Yeah, I don't know how expensive stuff's gonna be. If it's gonna be significantly cheaper, then I'll just buy the old one. But you know, I mean, if it's so much better that it's like, dude, go ahead.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of glad to spend more money on the actual Ryzen stuff than we did for the FX stuff, because it's like then you're like putting more money into the company than, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just want to
the Intel fanboys can't be like, well, it's a cheap piece of crap then, you know.
Right. I mean, guys I work with, it's not optimized for games. No, you can game and stream and encode, and it don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's more of it's quite a versatile processor because it's for content creation and gaming, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
the gaming doesn't even take that much out of the CPU. It's all on your GPU, pretty much, you know.
Right. I mean, I looked for
physics shit.
Right. I mean, I had looked for, like I said, a liquid cooled Vega, which they had when they first came out, but then they kind of got all bought up. And if I wanted to get the workstation version, I'm trying to pull it up and I can't find it. I could get that for $1,000, or I could find one on eBay of the actual gaming version, the silver ones, for like $800. But like I said, this is all window shopping. I'll wait until I see something stupid that's like, why the fuck? Like my M.2 that I have, it was $200 and some bucks for a terabyte of SSD.
Yeah.
So, and granted, I didn't realize that it was an NVMe, so that would have been faster. But whatever.
I wonder if they're gonna do a Vega 72 or whatever, because it's more than the previous one, you know.
They're either staying tightly lipped about what they're gonna do, or it's gonna stay stagnant till something, because they're gonna make the chips smaller. Instead of 7 nanometers, it's what they say, 6 or something. I can't remember.
I forget.
But where's it at? Let me go to shopping real quick. I'm trying to find the Frontier Edition. Hold on. Let me pull it up so I can show you the link here. The link I saw earlier was only like, $1,600. It was like $1,000 on the website I saw, but it's 400. 13.1 teraflops. I kind of like the yellow with blue accent color scheme there.
It's interesting.
Well, because the other one is just the oh, here it is. Hold on, dog. The other one's just silver.
They don't give you very long tubes for those, though. It's like you'd either have to put that right above the card or like on the window if your window has like a fan thing on it.
Yeah, some guys put them up like at the exhaust fan.
Yeah.
But then it's over top of your, like, I don't know. PC Part Picker has been my buddy. They don't have all of the motherboards for Threadripper yet, but I'm slowly going through stuff.
Do you still have to, like, since Ryzen and Threadripper have been out for a while now, do you still have to get like the third-party cores? Do you still have to buy a separate bracket? Are they like going that route where like we want you to pay for the bracket now, even though it's been out forever?
Well, they make I think they make coolers for the TR4 socket now.
Oh, okay.
Because like it's when it first came out, they had the thermal take ones. If you remember those.
Yeah.
TR4 cooler. Yeah, Intermax makes one. Corsair makes one. H100i apparently works. Because also in when I watched Linus's they did a build of a Threadripper, and he's like, don't worry if it doesn't completely cover the chip because the part that gets hot is in the middle anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's true.
Well, that guy was asking with that IC graphite thing, like it what would you do in the case if you had a Threadripper or whatever? And that he was saying, well, could you put 2 on there? Then Linus was like, I have no idea, dude.
I
would imagine it could. It in theory it could work because usually most of those pad type of things for like your VRMs and your your graphics card pads, you have to cut those down a lot of times. Like you get a strip and you cut them down into sections or whatever, I guess. So like I would imagine it would work.
I have 2 more stories, sir, and then I'm gonna say that's it because my ass hurts.
Yeah.
Because I need a cushion for this fucking chair. It's an okay chair, but it's not meant for someone to sit in for 4 hours straight.
Yeah.
Amazon is selling police departments a real-time facial recognition system. I heard this on NPR the other day. So, close that. Documents obtained by the ACLU of Northern California have shed new light on recognition with a K. Amazon's little-known facial recognition project. Recognition is currently used by police in Orlando and Oregon's Washington County, often using non-disclosure agreements to avoid public disclosure. The result is a powerful real-time facial recognition system that can tap into police body cameras and municipal surveillance systems. According to further reporting by the Washington Post, the Washington County Sheriff pay between $6 and $12 a month for access. I read that right because they said literally they're paying just a few dollars a month for access to it, and people are like, Amazon, you shouldn't do that. But they're stupid because if Amazon stops and doesn't do this, just somebody else will pick it up. And yeah, and I mean there's another story that I don't have here. They were saying that they're working on. You remember that show about basically they had a computer system that could detect when someone was going to commit a crime, and the guy would try to go and intervene. Do you remember that show?
No, but it sounds like Minority Report.
No, this was a TV show for Person of Interest, I think. I think that was the title of it. Hold on, now I'm curious. Person of TV series from 2011 to 2016. Fucking ads. Where the hell do you? An ex-assassin and a wealthy programmer saved lives via surveillance AI that sims them the identities of civilians involved in impending crimes. However, the details of the crimes, including the civilians' roles, are left a mystery. It was an okay show, but yeah, they're already working with stuff that does that. Like they have, they can tell if a possible, like they monitor social media, sees if flags of like a kid's talking about going on a school shooting or killing himself. The counselors can intervene. And I mean, this shit's all running in the background. People don't know it. And Amazon, they're dumping money into it. I mean, they're only charging the police $12 a month for this fucking shit. I mean, that's because facial recognition now, it's in every phone now, thanks to Apple.
Yeah.
And I mean, Amazon they're not shy about making money. If they wanted to charge out the ass, they could.
Right.
But the thing is, this has been brought to the public light a little bit, and people, they're afraid. Cameras all over the city is a possibility. Now, basically, that discussion we were talking about in the European Union, there was an article a story I had heard on NPR. I listen to them a lot more now. Oh, shut up. That basically, it's all about your privacy, and their concern is if you go to say a wall. What was the wall that they went to? It was a big tourist attraction with thousands of people walking around. If you take a picture of a stranger by accident, then that person, you have to tell them, hey, I'm going to upload this to the internet. They can rescind their compliance at any point in time, and you might be in trouble. So, but this is all up in the air about that because they don't know if this is going to actually be a matter, because some people consider photographs art and expression of the, and also if you don't want your picture taken, you shouldn't be out in public. But now the privacy is getting really strict after Facebook just kind of let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah, well, usually you have to get a release from people if you're trying to make a profit off of it. That's my understanding.
Right. I had
their likeness is in your picture or whatever, I guess, right?
I mean, sometimes they blur out the faces and still use the person, but I had an article about
heck, TV shows blur out logos on a t-shirt sometimes,
Right. Well, I mean, that's because of actually a brand affiliate. Yeah, Parliament, that's who he spoke with. Yeah, originally Zuckerberg wanted everything to be private, like behind closed doors and not broadcast. But they said, oh no, you testify before Congress on TV. So you're going to do it here too. And the shit's serious because, people's lives and everything is in jeopardy, and, you can be ruined, really.
Yeah. Right.
But,
well, as far as the privacy stuff goes, it's like we said before, it's like, well, my whole thing is it's like, I mean, I do care about it, because it's like, I wouldn't if, like everything was run by, like perfect omnipotent beings, but, that's just humans and stuff monitoring all this stuff, it could be taken advantage of, but it's just like we said before, at the same time, like, what are you going to do? You can't hide from the whole world. It's like not going outside because you're scared you're going to die, even though you could the next day,
Wait, you're saying I could die if I go outside? Oh, I better not do it. Actually, I don't have it here. I had an article about Japanese shut-in teenagers adults now that don't leave their room. And it's a whole, it was first an interesting article about, just like, what do they call those, recluses, but then it became more about depression and, social anxiety and et cetera, et cetera. So, but,
Yeah, it's like you said, your phone, the Xbox, anything could be used in kind of technology, you know.
I had
the government really wanted to get you. They could MacGyver anything. Like, did you know it's possible to see the signal the electromagnetic signal your monitor gives off? They're able to tap into that somehow.
Nice.
Even if you're not connected to Ethernet or Wi-Fi or anything.
They're gonna climb out of your closet. We saw you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
By the way, since we were talking about gaming earlier, Twitch and BBC are planning to stream 500 classic episodes of Doctor Who. So you can watch Bob Ross, and now you can also watch Doctor Who. So that's cool.
Nice. I like Bob Ross. I'm not a big Who fan.
I've told a guy I work with is a big Whovian, and he and I've had long discussions with him about I like the idea and the premise, and I like the culture surrounding it, and I would like to get into it. But the thing is, you got to do a deep dive because there's years of cannon fodder to get. You know what I mean? Like you can dig into that forever. I mean, even just finding this. I tried to search this current season on streaming, and it's season like 12. I looked up, it's like classic Doctors season 12. I go, no, not those fucking guys. I want the girl. So,
Doctor,
anyway,
who are you?
Which one? By the way, my last story for the night is about Amazon again. Woman charged $7,000 for Amazon toilet paper delivery gets refund more than 2 months later.
What? This is like that thing where the lady accidentally stole from the walk-in at Amazon store, and they're like, "Oh, don't worry about it."
2 Amazon customers accidentally bought items with shipping that cost thousands of dollars. San Francisco, it took more than 2 months, but the Georgia woman charged $7,455 to have 3 cartons of toilet paper delivered from Amazon, was refunded on Wednesday. The culprit, likely an unfortunate combination of an Amazon seller who overcharged for shipping, breaking Amazon rules, a buyer failing to check the final delivery bill, and an Amazon customer service system that stumbled. The story began March 2nd when Barbara Carroll of Berkeley Lake, Georgia, ordered 3 boxes of Palm toilet paper for 2 office buildings she manages using the company's debit card. Each box held 48 rolls. There are multiple sellers on Amazon that stock this particular product, and she chose one called the Ideal Store. The cost of the toilet paper was $88.17. Carol clicked 2-day shipping, then buy, and she was done. 2 days later, the toilet paper arrived at the building, and all was well, or so she thought. Less than a week later, Carol was doing a regular check of the bank account when she discovered a deduction dated March 6 for $7,543.17. When she went into her Amazon account, she found that she'd been charged $88.70 for toilet paper and $7,455 for the delivery. Carol, like an estimated 63% of Amazon's U.S. customers, is a member of the company's Prime membership program, which for $119 a year gives customers free 2-day shipping with other perks, something Prime members come to expect and can sometimes forget isn't available on every product. As a longtime Prime member, Carol wasn't worried. As soon as I saw that number, I knew I didn't have to worry because Amazon would see it was a problem and fix it right away, she told USA Today this week. That's not what happened. Carol called Amazon's customer service multiple times, and each time the person who opened her file laughed and said the delivery fee obviously was crazy. But then they poked around a little more and would tell her she had to take it up with the Ideal company, the third-party seller from whom she bought the toilet paper. Less than 50% of all items on Amazon's website are actually sold by Amazon. Most instead come from what are known as third-party sellers who use Amazon's site as a sales platform. Some ship their products to Amazon's fulfillment centers to let Amazon take care of shipping and packing, a service called Fulfilled by Amazon. These products can be eligible for Amazon's Prime 2-day free shipping services. Others ship from their own warehouses and generally aren't Prime eligible. In all cases, payments go through the buyer's Amazon account. In Carol's case, she ordered from a third-party seller that doesn't do its fulfillment through Amazon, so the order was shipped by the Ideal company. She called the seller's phone number when Amazon told her to take it up with the company. No one answered, but she left several messages. USA Today called the Ideal company's New York area code too, and also left a message. Neither got any response. So, yeah.
And that's like 2 detector articles.
How could this happen? The shipping charge is probably a result of 2 mistakes in a shipping reality, said Brian Burke, a vice president of marketing for Seco Logistics, an e-commerce logistics company based in Chicago. The first mistake was that Carol requested 2-day shipping on a non-prime item, meaning she wasn't getting free delivery when she might have thought she was. Burke's shipping reality is that the boxes of toilet paper were big enough that their dimensions had to be taken into account when factoring in the transportation cost. If the Ideal company were across the country and package had to go by air, it's possible the shipping cost would have been high. For air freight, the measure is called the dimensional weight because it's based on the item's weight and size. So even if it's only 5 pounds, the dimensional weight could be much higher, say 50 or 80 pounds, Burke said. So yeah, basically, she wasn't paying attention. Pay attention, people. Today I was looking at Amazon for Threadripper stuff because, I'm window shopping. Right. And they had a bundle for a CPU and a motherboard. They list the bundle price and the bought individually price. The bought individually price was cheaper by like $9. Why the fuck would you buy the bundle?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, some people like to do that because they want to make sure it's compatible.
Well, I mean, once you go to the frequently bought together, then that's usually all you need. Yeah. Plus, that's why you buy on Amazon. They have, reviews and shit. So,
right. Well, yeah. At least they're way more, like that. They'll fix shit on like YouTube. You can actually fucking get a hold of them. But what I think is more kind of crazy than that shipping is, like how that shit was able to go through. Like either she's got a crazy credit card limit or she's actually got $7,000 laying around, which is, hey, good on you for that.
Well, it was a debit card, so those.
Yeah, she had that money. Then that's crazy.
Well, sometimes they put it in a. It depends on how they process it. I try to do everything as a credit because if they do it as a debit, they can put a hold on it. Like gas stations will almost automatically put a hold on your credit card, even if you've only they'll charge you $1, but then it'll sit there and float. I had mine do that on a weekend. I filled up on Friday, and all of a sudden my account was locked up. And I called the bank. They said, "Yeah, well, you can see you made a purchase, but that department isn't in until Monday." What am I going to do over the weekend? Sucks to be you, dude.
Yeah, it sucks to be you, man.
So,
well, what I wonder though is like if that shit had to be like if it was like overdrafted, like how long did you say it took them to refund it? Like a couple months or something?
Yeah,
like
2 months.
The overdraft on that would be fucking insane then. Like, and they didn't mention that they covered any of that stuff.
My old bank, they would run a charge through 3 times before they would even fucking tell you, and they would give you an overdraft charge every time. My ex was on the phone with the bank multiple times because she's like, I wasn't overdrawn until you charged me an overdraft fee. I heard her say that.
Oh,
so,
shit. Yeah, they give you sometimes they'll give you fees and stuff if like your account is like a couple pennies or something like that.
Yeah. If you're close to being whatever, yeah, it's bullshit. I have no problem with Hartford, or not Hartford, Huntington. That's who I have now.
Guy, huh?
We got them because they have that asterisk free checking, no bullshit. They give you that 24-hour grace. Never had a problem with them. PNC, everywhere I fucking turned, it was a damn problem.
Yeah, I used to have PNC. I'm with KeyBank now.
I had them back when they were still before they were PNC, when they were was it National City? Yeah, I had that, and that fucking sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to do with National City. I was getting like overdraft shit like crazy, man.
I was overdrawn.
Like $40 a day.
I deposited an entire paycheck, and I was still overdrawn. Granted, I wasn't full time, but I was like 37 hours a week. You know, the most they would give a part time employee, and I deposited
full time. You know,
I deposited an entire paycheck, and I was still overdrawn. How the fuck? That's how those payday loan bullshits, those payday lenders. That's how that screws people over, because you get out $500. Well, if you only make $400 a paycheck, you're borrowing again to pay. You know, that's how you end up in a cycle. People are like, well, you don't have to do that. Shut up. Anyone who says that,
to pay Paul.
people always say, oh, well, see, that's the economy. That's the way the market is. You don't have to get into debt. Shut up. You don't have to get into debt. You don't have to owe money. You don't have to be desperate. Shut up.
You don't have to have the internet.
You don't have. Yeah. You don't have to have. What is it? Air conditioning is a luxury. It's not a right. So when you just 90-degree weather, you have to be happy with a little fan if you get that.
And some places get up to 130.
Yeah. No, it's...
You fucking die. You don't have to live.
Right. No, it's ignorant, and I mean that people. It's unrealistic. People put expectations because they don't want regulations on shit. Shut up. Shut up.
Shit.
Everything needs regulations. We got to regulate everything, because if you don't, like you and I have shown multiple times, companies have their hands in the fucking cookie jar. As soon as they're like, we support net neutrality, and then like net neutrality is being repealed. Okay, well, we don't have that on our thing anymore. It's gone. We don't do that. Don't remember that we said that yesterday.
Well, it just sucks because you kind of have to choose between the lesser of two evils, you know, big government or big corporate, you know.
They're all rich fucking white men trying to take our money.
Want your money. Want your whole paycheck overdraft money.
Play the money drop.
Yeah, money drop.
Motherfucking money.
I want to know what y'all niggas doing with my fucking money. What is y'all niggas doing with my fucking money? Uncle Sam, I want to know what the fuck you doing with my motherfucking money.
You like that?
What was that from, anyways?
That was Cardi B, her Instagram, I think. Right when tax time happened. It's a longer video. That's just the funny part of it.
Is that one, like, I remember there was like a video of like a really obscene like rapper that was like 13 or something, you know? That was like sort of recent.
I don't know. Well, anyway, I think it's time we stick a fork in this.
It's done. It's almost 2 a.m.
Yeah, I got to get up in 4 hours, so.
You're gonna, well, you really won't be up. You're gonna be like a zombie.
I have to wake up,
but not up.
I have to feed a dog prescription food and give her so many units of an injection. Trust me, I have to be awake.
You give her like some kind of Ritalin or something.
No, it's insulin. Diabetics get insulin.
Right, I'm saying like by accident. Give them something else.
Yeah, because I accidentally have Ritalin in.
I
had a buddy actually thought I was on Prozac for like 5 minutes, and I had a buddy come to mind and say, "Hey man, you got any of that Ritalin here?" I go, "I didn't have fucking Ritalin." "Oh, you weren't on Ritalin?" "No." "Okay, man, I'm out of here." And he fucking left. I'm like, so did you tell a buddy, "Hey, I know a guy who takes Ritalin," and they fucking brought you over to my house, and you just popped in to get some of my fucking Ritalin? What if I said, "No, fuck you"? Friends. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for listening if you're still here. I guess you did if you're here.
Yeah. If you're here. Congratulations, you get a peanut.
Yay.
Oh, not Frank sauce, I'll give you a peanut. Bye-bye.
Sounds like peanut.
Oh, yeah. Giving you the D and ramming you from behind. D-ram.
Oops.
Big D Ram.